What's up, everybody? I hope you enjoyed that new little intro that I made just to give people a little more time to pour in before we actually start talking, which I think worked out because we're already at 68 concurrent viewers right now. So what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Out of the Basement Lazy Sunday stream. I am Justin, joined with fourth guest?
Four-timer, yeah, man. Four-timer, yeah.
On the show, A Dude's Nerdery. What is up, dude? Nice to see you. Nice to have you on here again.
Thank you for having me back, man. I enjoy spending a couple hours with you dudes on Sunday talking about all the things we love, man. So it's just awesome way for a lazy Sunday.
Oh yeah, and we have some.
Now I'm gonna have that nice song in my head.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was going for like a chill. Almost a little bit of sci-fi-ish vibe. I don't know if you guys out there watch Hello Greedo, but his live streams are just, I like the background music. I like the outer space vibe that he has going on. So I was a little bit inspired by that. So
I like it, man. It's like a cool chill vibe. Yeah.
I think that worked out. We do have some things planned today, some activities, because when Dude is on, you get your spreadsheets out, you get your papers out. You got to do activities. Get him a little coloring book. Mazes.
I need structured activities. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone curious about Nate, he's going to be around a half hour late. He's caught up doing some home project. He's always doing because he just moved into the new home, and it's been finalized, but there's some projects going on over there, so he's going to be around 30 minutes late, I think he said. So he'll be joining us.
I think we agreed one push-up for every minute late, right?
Yeah, he's going to have to drop down and give us 30.
Yes.
So every minute that he's late, he's gonna do a push-up. So nice. We already have 90 people in here. What is up, guys? Please hit that like button, boost us in that algorithm, and let's get more people in here. And it's a very special stream today. This is an idea that we've had for quite a while to do the Star Wars The Black Series customer survey that went out in, I believe it was 2016.
I'm excited.
It was a questionnaire given to Black Series collectors that you could fill out. And I was looking through it about a month or so ago, just reminiscing on some like classic Black Series memories. And the questions are very interesting, and I thought it would be interesting to see like how we reacted back then, and like if they took our input from that questionnaire. So we'll be going through those questions, and before we get into all that, we'll also, of course, be talking about Book of Boba Fett near the end of the stream, and go over some news-related stuff that we missed on Figure It Out. But before all that, we love to say what's up to everyone in chat so far. Chat is blowing up. I love it. Keep blowing up that chat. I like seeing that. Let's get some emoji spam in there for the channel membership. Let's go a little crazy today. I'm already taking my first sip.
Ooh, just gotta stay hydrated.
I'm waiting for vitamin water to sponsor us.
I made a little latte upstairs in my favorite Star Wars coffee mug.
Nice. I'm liking that. Got some blueprints.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Of course, the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy is on the back.
Ooh. All right, Commander Rotel, what's up? Might actually catch this one live. Well, here we go. Yeah, we had some early birds earlier today. Nathan Woodward, what's up? Gamerzone 24, Dawn's in the building. BRFC 147 from the UK, what's up? David Edge, also from the UK. Bodie Collection. Let's see here. Jonathan Redmond, good evening, Nate, Justin, Dude, and chat. What's up, Jonathan? Nice to see you in here. Riley Cross, our northern neighbors up in Canada, what's up? Finally able to catch a live stream again. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Freddie74 from Washington State. What's up, dude? Nathan Woodward. What's up, man? Let's see here. Mark. Why is David Edgewise, Jay in a tie. See, I was going for a census, like a census person knocking on your door and, handing you the thing to fill out. That's what I was going for. I had that bright idea. So I got the green screen out, and I've been trying to utilize the green screen more with like videos and thumbnails and stuff. So what's up, Mark? Nice to see you in here. I assume he is in his research costume. Exactly. Jonathan Anderson, what's up?
What's up, Jonathan?
Thanks for catching the stream this week. Mr. Jetster, what is up, boys? Yo, Rhino Hobbies is here. Ted Davida finally made one. Nice to have you in here. Tomas Horvath. Hello, everyone. What's up, dude? Let's see here. We got Fetmatic in here, of course. A lot of chat. Infernal Hippo. Hello. Albert. We got Left Coast Graphics. What's up?
What up,
Big
Left
fan
Coast?
of the dude I see. Got Dan Marino. Max Rebo must be half cat. He has 9 lives. I'm, fingers crossed that my boy.
You can't. Yeah, dude. There's no.
He had an off night.
We didn't see. Like they're very good at projecting stuff, and we didn't see him. So I'm going to assume he's marked safe. I'm going to be upset about Jennifer Beals, though.
Yeah, for sure. Gerardo Guerrero Aguilera. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Let's see here.
Fake Fairy, what's up? Like Facebook, where he marked himself safe on Tatooine. Max Rebo marks himself safe.
I did see that. Fig Fairy 79, what's up? Thank you for the super chat earlier. Fig, he gave us a direct super chat through PayPal, so I appreciate that. It's a heck of a lot better than YouTube taking their 30%. But what's up, Toon Toys, or just Toon now? What's up? CT Fulcrum, Dank Ches, Mark Hauser's in the house.
What's up, Mark?
Obi-Shawn Kenobi, nice to see you in here. Darth Educator. 90s Nerd Life, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for popping in. Jay Meza. JP the Death Trooper, hello. AJ Casso, what's up, dude? I already said hello to you, but I'll say hello again. JP the Death Trooper. 219 Star Wars guy. Hey, dude. Another northern neighbor, Hooter Mikulski. Happy Sunday to you as well. Collecting Star Wars, what's up, cool kids? Same to you. Same to you. Sam Matthews, hello. Should have figured. What up? What up, dude? Sean0989. Afternoon to you as well.
Nice Chicago fan there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Joker Jamie. Another friend from across the pond. What's up? Evening from the UK. Salty Trees. Hello. BA47 is here. Nice to see you in here. Jonah as well. Scuba Pete. What's up, Scuba?
Hey, what's up, Scuba?
Nice to see you in here as well, Scuba. Lukeness, what's up, dude?
What's up, Lukeness?
Nice to see you in here as well. Jeff W. Lowe.
You have such an amazing audience. We could probably do an hour-long stream just saying hi to everybody. All your whole audience. It's such a cool thing, man. You guys have built such a cool show.
Thank you. And it does feel nice to have all of these regulars, because these people are also consistently here every week, sacrificing their Sunday time to come chill with us. Bounty Killer Customs, what's up? Tony Marvel Legends Fanatic. Yo, Skywalker Hendrix, hey dude.
People have some really cool logos too.
That
really
is true.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
Including Lit Fisto here.
Lit Fisto.
Right. Star Wars Collector, what's up? Brent, hello. We got our emoji spam. Let's see here, am I missing anyone? I'm seeing, do we say hi to Jeff? Jeff W, what's up? Axel06, I know I didn't say hi to you. Mr. Grudge, what up? Are you guys going to give us a prediction on Fan First Wednesday reveals? I think I already know what's coming.
I can predict at least 4.
Right. I feel like we already know what's coming, and we'll definitely get into that. Hello, Kyle and Zavi. Not Obi-Wan. Hello there. Joseph Bet, what's up? Left 4 Dead Fett.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us here on the stream. Fugman4. Jazzy35K. Hey, Matt. Hey, Randy. Antonio Flores, greetings from Spain. Cool.
That's awesome.
Trying to think if I've ever met someone from Spain.
That's really cool.
Nice to see you in here. Hello there. It's a pleasure to be here. What's up? Gian? Luke? Hello? Dill? Hey, OTB. And guys, can't stay long, but we'll be lurking for a while. Hey, we got much love for the lurkers. Nothing wrong with a little lurking. HollowNet 1. Hey, y'all. What up? Razzle Dazzle. Another UK brother. What's up? Valley Yard. I'm actually seeing a lot of new names here. So, dude, you might be bringing some of your people over. I don't think
It's cool if we cross-pollinate and new people get to connect and meet each other. That's all. That's what it's all about.
Oh, for sure. We're 12 minutes in and we have 122 people. Thank you guys for joining us. What's up, Paul? Universal Collector. What's up, man? Nice to see you in here. I think we're caught up. Maybe. Jeff Miller. What's up, Jeff? Helen. Hey, Grandma. Hello, Justin. What's up? All right. Kabash Figures from Hong Kong, right, Kabash? I think.
Nice. That's another cool.
Unless I'm getting my Kabash. This is a fellow YouTuber. What's up? Let's see here. I think we're caught up. XJ_tan. Missed the last couple of streams. Glad to be here. We're glad to have you. Captain Taggart. Greetings from the Netherlands. Nice. We're going worldwide today. Bader's Girl. What's up?
What's up, Kat?
Yo, fabulous. Woo. David Clank. Ooh. Our David gang is coming in. Hey, yo there. New Black Series wave found in Nebraska. Yeah, I saw that those Cornhuskers finally got something other than flat plains. I saw that. I am excited, but I'm also kind of annoyed. It's a double-edged sword whenever you're finding. We haven't even had Wave 31 really show up in stores. And now Wave 32 is just like, hey, we're here now. Yep. And Nebraska, like, man, that's okay. Yeah, Hong Kong. Cool. All right. And Jay Hood, hello. Thank you for being a member, Jay. All right. I think we're caught up on people. I can't not give everyone a shout out. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, we'd be here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You're such a robust, amazing community.
I feel bad.
So cool.
I feel bad. I'm Mondo. What's up?
I mean, honestly, think about it, because I've known you guys for maybe a little under 2 years now, and what you guys have built is just amazing, man. It's all on positivity and the community and stuff, man. I love hanging out with you guys. It's really cool. Yeah, we're glad to have you. We became quite good friends,
which is kind of weird. Internet is kind of weird, man. I don't know.
Well, it was all lockdown COVID related. Like,
yeah,
for me, it was needing an outlet and something to do. And then I had no idea all this existed on YouTube or Twitter and all that. And, so it was, a good thing that came out of it for sure. But yeah, it was, stranger danger on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's been going well lately, like with all the recent top 10 videos that we've done and the what to expect video, and yesterday's kind of ranty Boba Fett video. Mm-hmm. We've been getting a lot of new people lately. I've been seeing a lot of new names, which is always fantastic. I love new names. I love more and more people. Yep. 10K is a big goal of ours, and we have some interesting things lined up for that. But dude, for people in here, we got 137 people in here. For anyone who doesn't know you or your channel or what you do, maybe you can introduce yourself for the fourth time on Out of the Basement.
Yeah, man, I'm just a dude who loves nerdy things, man. And I think, like a lot of us, it can be a lonely hobby. Like in my household, I'm really the only one that's into it. At work, I'm the only one really into it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just all about sharing the joy of things that I love that are unique to this community. So I collect, action figures. I really focus on Marvel Legends and Black Series. And I love Star Wars, love the MCU, love any type of sci-fi. I've just absolutely fallen in love with Peacemaker for anyone who sees it. But, I'm still trying to figure out what my channel is, a year and a half in. I definitely do action figure reviews, top 10 lists. And then I'm very fortunate to be part of a 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard on the weekends, which is with Salacious Ram, Ochre Studios, and Sean Solo. All three of which have massively successful channels, and we just get together, make fun of each other, giggle, and have you guys on. You guys are in the 5 Timers Club now. But for me, it's just really about like, here are things I love, and I just want to spread what I love instead of focusing on things I don't. And I think the philosophy is like in anything in life, if 95% of it is great, you can focus on that, or maybe the 5 to 10% that isn't. And that's what my channel is about, is focusing on that 95% that is, and spreading joy with other people. But a lot of Star Wars, a lot of MCU, and last night I did a live stream where we built, if you guys want to see, I built this diorama. It took me 5.5 hours.
Whoa.
It got so frustrating. We ended the live stream at 2.5 hours because I was ready to throw it out a window. And then I did yoga for 10 minutes, came back, and 3 hours later finished it. It came out well, but the instructions were lacking, let's say. But I did it. I did it.
Right. No, that's awesome. I think I popped into that stream a few times yesterday.
Yeah. I got stuck in a corner. I couldn't get the corner pieces to match. And it was 30 minutes later, and I still couldn't. And I was just stuck on that spot. I'm like, okay, guys, I think we're going to punt. Try again later. Yeah.
But no, I really like your channel. And I think the best thing about it is simply your enthusiasm. And, that goes hand in hand with positivity. I'm not a Marvel Legends collector, but I'll actually catch myself watching your Marvel Legends content just because it's nice to see the enthusiasm. And, every channel has their shtick. Figure It Out is a very long video, and that's not for everyone. Sometimes they're like
Mondays during my office day, man. It's perfect. I have
appreciate
my coffee,
that.
And I sit and I bang out emails, and I got you guys on. It's a great way to start my Mondays.
I appreciate that. But it is, they're usually over 20 minutes, sometimes even over 30 minutes, and that's not for everyone. But you have actually been doing like these shorter reviews. So I think, just everyone has their channel shtick that they do. So I've been enjoying, the shorter reviews that you do on your channel, as well as the other like various things that you do as well.
Well, and I'm still I really don't know what it is yet, but to me, part of the fun is and I hate when people say, tell me about yourself. I'm always like, I don't know. What do you mean tell you about it? But like, but to me, that's part of the fun, is the experimentation of YouTube and being creative and thinking of new ways to do it, and trying to find my voice. Because I think like when we all start out, you kind of start out similar, and here's how this figure articulates, and you know what I mean? Like here you have pinless joints here, and you know what I mean? And it's like, there's so many people doing that. So it's like, what is my voice? What's interesting? We were joking last night, Sean Solo, who's like up to 10,000 subs, and then he created a second shorts channel in like 2 months, has 4,000 subs. He's like he's become a shorts posing master. He's amazing. So he found his voice. But when you go back and watch his first video, it's him sitting on his bed playing with his action figures, right? So it's cool to see the evolution and the constant mental. It's a fun mental exercise to just be creative, and it's an outlet for that.
Oh yeah, and that's it's so awesome to see. Like every once in a while, whatever channel it might be, I'll like click the sort button and go to oldest, and just to see like the progression. And you can totally do that with Out of the Basement as well.
We should do that sometime where we get on a stream and we all watch each other's first videos and just cringe.
Oh, it is awful. We have like privatized a lot of our early content because we used to be very crude and like incredibly inappropriate. But
really,
there are we started out as like a no holds barred like movies, TV show, podcast sort of thing. It's torturous. It's torture to hear some of the stuff we said.
You know what?
There are still a few pockets of that. Because every once in a while we'll get a comment. Yeah, we'll get a comment on like a super, super old video from like 2016 or something, and they'll be like, man, you guys used to cuss a lot. I'm like, I'll listen to it. I'm like, geez, we did. Yeah, old OTB. Fig wouldn't know. He's our number one guy here. Old
What's up,
OTB.
dude? There were some bombs thrown last night about 2 hours into that diorama build. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in that respect, I'm proud of how far everyone has come and how far we've come as well.
Yep.
So if at any point during the stream you go, I'm going to check out a dude's nerdery, we have that link in the description. I would highly recommend supporting the dude over there, especially if you like Black Series, Marvel Legends, stuff like that.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the support.
Oh, no problem. No problem. All right. Let's see. So like I said, for anyone who wasn't here, Nate will be joining us. I'm not sure when. He said that he would be a half hour late to the stream. So, oh no, Brandon. Wait a second. Did Shatterstar get open?
No. Dude. They get 100 views just every week from it's 100 views on a Nerdery or live stream.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's got to be
100 live views, not total. So
right.
I feel like that Shatterstar is going to be safe for many years.
It's all consistency. You guys are pretty consistent, yep. So I think you'll eventually open Shatterstar. 100%.
You know what? It's one of those things where I'm just happy to hang out every week and talk about things I love and just laugh and giggle and honestly, like and we make fun of each other relentlessly as friends should do, and that's to me the best gift of all. And as we grow, that's just a nice perk that comes with it. Oh, thank you, David. That's cool of you.
Yeah. All right. Now that we're done being sappy,
let's hug it out.
Yeah, dude, come on. All right. I don't know what I want to do first since Nate is got that pesky Nate. That pesky Nate.
Well, what are we at? He's up to, we've been live 23 minutes, so he's up to 23 push-ups.
Yeah, 23 push-ups. All right.
I can show you Shatterstar.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, let's get do you have any recent pickups, dude?
Yeah, I do. Nothing's come this week, but I have a few from the prior weeks. If you want, we could do a what's in the box too. I saw just came in the mail today.
I'm always down for what's in the box.
Let me grab that right here. You can do a what's in the box.
What's up, Sith Vicious? Nice to see you in here. Hashtag let him breathe. Nate is slacking, dude. He's doing those damn home projects.
All right. Just in case people don't know who Shatterstar is, I'll just, since I'm up, I will grab the figure just so people know who that is.
Yeah, get that Shatterstar.
It's become a running joke on 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard to get me to open this figure. So I said if we ever get up to 100 live viewers, I'd open it live. But I love this figure. It's such a cool figure. And up until the pandemic, I was probably 90% in box, and then I think just being stir crazy, this happened.
What's up, Chad Bain?
We can play with what's in the box. So this just arrived today.
Tell me it's not a carded figure. Well, it's in a box, so maybe
it's in a box. Yeah. No, okay. Amazon. If it was a carded figure from Amazon, it'd be in like one of those little sleeves.
Right.
All right.
Whew.
Dress in. All right. So I like to, whenever I do what's in the box, I like to show how it's packaged. So bubble wrap on top.
All right.
So I appreciate that. It's tight. It feels like a decent fit. Oh, yes. Now look at that on the bottom. Now that's
a nice bed of bubble wrap.
GameStop bubble wrap on top and bottom. Like, that's awesome. And this is 100% an opener because it's an archive. But like, I really appreciate this. Look at how good a shape this came in.
Yeah, that's great.
That's all here compared to this, which came and it was like, it's all, which it's an opener, but still, you know what I mean? It's just, it's the principality of it. But yeah. I have this original version, but I wanted the updated head sculpt. And then it's actually the one I had is technically my daughter's, and she's letting me borrow it. But other pickups I got. And again, that was the only thing I got this week. But this came, it was a Walgreens exclusive that popped up on Amazon for $20, and I've been looking for this for a long time. This, of course, was packed in a sleeve and got
I saw that
beat up pretty well. But I'll probably just end up opening it then and listen to the will of the toy gods. I finally got 2 of the new retro Spidey cards. So there's the Shocker.
Nice.
And if you guys have Disney Plus and didn't see this, or even like for me, this came out when I was in high school, this cartoon, it holds up so well. I'm on season 2 rewatching it, and the storytelling in it is fantastic. And I'm just watching an arc that was featuring Hammerhead.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty stoked.
I actually found 2 fresh cases of those at Walmart a few days ago.
No way.
And yeah, because you know how during this season the big box like retail stores are starting to like I don't know what the word is. I don't know. They're getting a whole bunch of new product in right now, and my local Walmart has on Brickseek they have a full case of Black Series, but I literally cannot find it because there are seriously like 15 pallets in the gardening section, but it's like there's stuff in the middle that I can't get to. So I'm like trying to like, but I did find 2 of those cases. I was even a little tempted on a Black Suit Spidey. Oh, dude, I picked one up for Nate, so he'll probably show that off once he gets here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for. So with these ones that are in the Spider-Man cards, I end up ordering 2 of each because I want them to open, but then I love keeping them in card. And here I'll tilt my laptop to the side here so you can see on the wall, like I've got the whole carded set going. Awesome. So, but yeah, that Black Suit Spidey's epic. And then for this is actually a figure that came from the Suicide Squad movie. But I grabbed it after I watched the first couple episodes of Peacemaker because like I knew this would go up in value, and I love that show so much. So I had to grab this. It's my first McFarlane figure. I don't have any McFarlane, so I'm excited to check it out.
Nice, yeah. And Nate's a pretty big fan of the DC McFarlane stuff.
I watch his McFarlanes, and I love like how excited he gets about them. And they look cool, but again, it's like space, time, and money. But Peacemaker, to me, And Salacious makes fun of me because I keep talking about it all the time, but I think it's the best show I've seen on TV in like 5 years. Like I cannot get enough of that show. I love it. But I finally just got these, not this week, but the week prior. So we got Wanawanga.
See, you have stuff that I don't even have.
So you don't have these yet? Okay. So yeah, so we got Wanawanga.
Oof. Yeah. That's like my number one. I mean, obviously OT background. Well, side character. I need bib.
Yes, I was so glad to have them. And then Miggs Mayfield, which is a variant of the Solo, got some of the Solo Membin on it with the new helmet, but pretty cool. I'm excited to have that.
So it's kind of like the hover tank and then the Mud Trooper kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the hover, And then we got this Stormtrooper, which I'm pretty excited to open. And our princess with the medal, Princess Leia.
Yeah, that's Nate. I think I told you this when I was on 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard, but I'll say it again because we're streaming. But Nate got his Wave 31 because he ordered the entire case. I didn't need Ponda Baba or Dr. Evazan, so I made the mistake of, I don't know mistake, because I don't like getting figures just to resell. It's like...
I'm with you. I don't like it
It's either. Like effort on my part that I'd rather not do. So I ordered them individually, and on Dorkside, I still haven't got them yet. So I've been trying to find them in the wild, but no luck.
Well, I ordered the case, but then I got the Cantina set from Hasbro, and Hasbro sent it in a huge box without bubble wrap, and it showed up obliterated. And so 5 weeks after I emailed them, they're like, we're shipping you a new one. You can keep that one. And so I was like, wow, like that. So then I just opened that. So I have an open Cantina set, and then I have the other one in box, which is cool. So then I canceled the full box of this wave, and then, I've been finding them individually. But this is one that I've actually had this in box for a while, but it came up on Amazon for $25. And I like the way this looks in box, so I never opened it, but I always wanted to have it. And this is for $25 to get Peggy and Cap, and you have Cap in his first Avenger outfit with the leather coat. You have the shield unpainted that Tony Stark showed him. You have the shield he wore or he used to rescue Bucky. He has a helmet. And then that's a really good Peggy Carter. I'm a huge Peggy Carter guy.
Yeah.
Don't let Mrs. Dude hear you.
Yeah.
Unless she wants to.
I mean, $25 like for 2 6-inch. I mean,
yeah, dude. Really, I mean, right now this would be at least a $50 2-pack, right? Look at and you probably wouldn't get all those accessories either. So, and then the other new pickup I got, a couple more since we're filling time, And again, nothing this week, but if you guys have seen Hit Monkey on Hulu, I can't recommend that show enough. It makes you care about a monkey that doesn't speak words. It was so well written. But look at this pack. This was also $25 on Amazon. So you got 3 Deadpool heads, a guitar, a shield. You got, I forget what that's called.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, dude, look at the tank Deadpool and then Hit Monkey for $25.
That's pretty insane.
That was pretty cool. And then I missed out on the Boba Fett re-release of the original prototype, but this came up on Amazon for $29. And I love the blue box set, so I'm keeping this in box. So I feel like I missed out on that one, but for $5 more, I got this, which is even better.
Oh, 100%. I kind of miss the classic like orange line and blue line packaging.
I do like the way these look. Now, don't get me wrong. I think this art is beautiful. Like, I love the art on the side, and I like how the box, you can kind of tilt it, and you get, like, I think these are really well done, but yeah, there's some nostalgia for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the white with the black background and then the blue grate in the back. Just so cool.
That was like kind of the controversy because the blue line figure is actually not that expensive, especially for being an exclusive.
Right. And then the other one I picked up, I missed out on this one originally. And after not crying, I definitely did not cry watching No Way Home. I 100% did not cry during that movie. But this came up and I missed it initially. And I was so happy to get this version of the Spidey suit.
Nice.
So those are basically my pickups for the month, but nothing other than the archive Leia that came this week.
All right, cool.
But I did get this one. So this one will definitely stay in card on the Power of the Force.
Oh yeah, the Power of the Force one for sure.
Yeah,
I actually passed on that.
So the way I look at that is like if I get a card like this, I want to keep this like this for display, but then this box is an opener. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I get this version of Leia with the new head sculpt, and then this I get to keep in card.
Oh, for sure. And we do have Nate here. I'm about to ship him in. Send in the Nate.
Send in the Nate.
I was about to start spamming the chat real quick.
I see you in there. I was just waiting for an appropriate time to put you in.
You never see me in here. What's up, everybody? Apologies for my tardiness.
So what do we say? That's 33 push-ups.
Yeah, you had to do a push-up for every minute past whatever time we started. I think we started at like 104 or something. So
that's gonna be brutal. I don't know the last time I've even done 10 push-ups, let alone 30.
You could do it over the course of the show. So you could do one, rest 5 minutes, then do one. You know what I mean? It's not all at once. Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad.
We're not cruel.
Not bad.
All right,
dude. I haven't seen that setup's looking good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean it's just the figure it out background, but the webcam gives a wider angle here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the wide angle looks good.
Yeah. Well, now I've run into the problem where always there's been like something right here. So I've had my LED strip lights set up. So now it's just like cut off at this point. So I gotta readjust the strip lights here. But what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us today. Again, apologies for being late. I was helping my mom install her dryer. So
see, I told you guys it was some sort of house project. I told you.
Well, my mom got her dryer today, so I had to go over to her house and help her set it up and carry it in.
You gotta do it.
Yeah,
you gotta help mom.
It's not something that I can. I'm not going to tell her no.
Of course, dude. You got to help mom. But did she cut the crust off your PB&J for you while you were there?
No, she didn't. Unfortunately, She didn't even. Actually, she did have some bacon. So
she offered you bacon.
You know, I
would gladly accept bacon.
Yeah, I
would take bacon as a payment. Yes.
Yeah, the bacon was a good payment. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Nate, because we're having a banging stream right now. We're at 166 viewers, 83 likes though at the moment. 83 out of 166 people.
Smash that like button. Come on.
Hit that like button for Nate. Do it for Nate.
Smash like
Hit it
for
me.
Bacon.
Smash like if you like bacon.
Hit it for bacon.
Who doesn't
bacon
like
is
bacon?
Delicious, Dan.
Regular bacon, turkey bacon, all bacon is good. Yeah. I like it all.
since I showed the pickups, you guys want to see the diorama that I fought with for 5.5 hours yesterday?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or you want me to hold it for a little bit?
You can go right ahead. You can go
Whatever
right
you guys
ahead.
want. I'm just a guest. So if you guys, I bought this about 7 months ago, and I bought 2 of them, but I bought 2 identical kits, but I built one, and it was just a nice little rectangle where I did my toy photos and reviews. And I sat on the other one for a while, and then I finally was like, you know what, I have some good time. So I wanted to Voltron it and combine them together. So now I have this massive diorama that I built.
Oh,
it's
sick.
3 levels high. And so what I did is I widened it and I made it deeper, and then I added a 3rd level. But now I added these floorboards up top just to add some dynamic posing opportunity or photo opportunity. And then what's cool on the bottom, these are clear. So I'm going to run little LEDs through the bottom here to light it up. And then I'm going to run LEDs up top because it's clear here. So then what you do is this is a little translucent back here. So you can have a little bit of lighting coming through. And then I could change the LED color top and bottom just to adjust for my toy photos. And here I'll show it just for scale. Let's see. We'll get
that looks so sick.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like an imperial dollhouse.
It is like it literally is an imperial dollhouse. But we'll put Doctor Strange there so you can see the scale. And then I'll get
oh nice.
Yes. This Qui-Gon called to me, so we'll get. Although he's kind of tall. Wow.
the saber doesn't.
Wow.
Have.
Yeah. All right. Let me. that was not the right choice. Let me find a non-saber wielder.
Yeah. True.
Grab trash compactor Luke here.
Everyone's favorite poop troop.
Yeah, poop troop Luke.
I like.
Of course, he's not going to stand.
Fig Theory says major danger room vibes. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So and so you see it scales well with 6-inch figures. I can have down lighting, right? I can have lighting come through the back, and then I can have lighting come through the top. So it gives me like different opportunities for photos. And then just widening it and broadening it because it was such a tight, narrow thing, like trying to get my cell phone camera and get the right angles and stuff. So now this should just make it a little bit easier to do reviews and take photos and stuff. But it was a 5.5 hour project for sure. And the concept is it's modular, kind of like Legos that fit together. Mm-hmm. But the plastic is so rigid and stiff that if you want to make any changes, you have to get a hairdryer out. And if you make one mistake and you have to fix it, it adds like 30 minutes to get it undone and put it on. But once you know what you're doing, once I really figured it out, it went quick getting it to this point. And then I'm really happy I added these shelves here. I just think it adds a little something to the diorama.
Oh, definitely.
That's super cool.
I mean, it seems pretty sturdy. The way you were holding it just kind of like on one side. So that's at least good that it's got some sturdiness to it.
So people have asked me like, cause we did a live stream last night when we were building it and we got 2.5 hours in and I got stuck in this corner and I realized why after, cause I'm like, all right, we'll come back and finish it. But then I'm crazy. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I wanted to finish it, but it's just the way some of the pieces fit together and the angles you have to get and the instructions are non-existent basically. And there's so many little pieces and little like wedge pieces that you put to stick stuff together. Mm-hmm. Once you know where the pieces fit and how to kind of connect them, it's still cumbersome, but it's not like an anxiety, like you're not like this, like, in like a fit of rage. It's just, you just have to be meticulous and patient. And at that point it became fun to put it together. So if you like this style, and they have other styles too, I would say like watch my video just to see like what to do and not to do. Cause that'll be helpful. But I would say it's like an A for an idea. And the way it's assembled is a C, but if you know what you're doing, it's not as difficult as it should be, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you know what is it just like regular plastic or we have some
here, you know what? I have the box. I'll show you what like a couple of the slats look like.
Value.
So it comes So it comes in a little box like this. And then what you have are like little walls.
Oh, nice.
Like that. But then you have floorboards.
This is the set that's on Big Bad Toy Store.
It is. I ordered it direct, but I believe you can get this off Big Bad Toy Store. And the reason why I ordered it direct was I pre-ordered off Big Bad Toy Store, and then 4 months later they kept bumping it back every month. And then I Googled it, and I found out I could order direct. So the set was way cheaper, but the shipping was more, and I ended up spending $10 less total ordering it direct from the manufacturer.
Oh, nice.
But see, you have these like little clear. This is like a corner piece. And then you have like a little wedge piece here. So it has all these little plastic pieces, and each one does different things. And sometimes you think you know what it does, and you put it in. You're like, oh no, that didn't go there. And then you gotta get the hair dryer and gently pull it out, because it has these little they're like Legos on there, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't put the hair dryer on and you pull it out too quickly, these break off inside the pieces.
Oof. Yeah,
so it's one of those things where it's like it's like once you learn how to pet the cat the right way, you just have to be meticulous and patient, and that's totally okay. But figuring out to get to that point can be very stressful, or not stressful, but can be frustrating.
Yeah.
But I really like. I mean, now that I have it built, I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited to film, to put the LEDs in, and then film some videos with it now and see how it looks.
Nice. So,
looking out for that.
Just out of curiosity, how much was it straight from the manufacturer, if you don't mind?
So $50, I think it was $51 for each box, and then they charged me like $30 ish shipping from Hong Kong, $30 or $40 shipping, and it took 7 days from when I ordered it for it to arrive from Hong Kong.
Nice. That's super quick.
Quicker. Yeah, dude, from Hong Kong, it was super quick. But so this is kind of the Star Wars looking one, but they have like 7 other options. So they have like, that totally don't look like Star Wars that you can use for G.I. Joe or Transformers, or they have like a Marvel, like Danger Room looking one. But, you know, Star Wars is my first love. It was Empire Strikes Back is the first movie I saw in a theater when I was 3 in 1980. So it's always been my first love. And I thought this was, even though I will do, legend stuff on here, I still think that the diorama looks so cool. It works.
Yeah. So how many boxes is that particular construction? So
this was 2 boxes.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad
to
at
get
all.
to that. Yeah. And I still had some slats left over, where I could have. So on here, I did 3 deep on this side, and then, and then on this side, I did 2 deep, but I purposely did 2 deep so I could get like my phone in here to get better if I want to get some angled shots. Because that was one of the things that was hard before, because I was 2 deep, 5 across, and then 2 wide of these square slats. So what I did is I made a 6th column going wide, a 3rd row front to back, and then I added a 3rd floor here up on the top. So basically, added probably a good 40% in size to it. And it just gives me more options for photos and posing, and we'll make, because there's a lot of times when I'm doing reviews and it's such a tight space, only being 2, like how I had it. So this will give me more room for hopefully some more dynamic photos and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
When dude locks himself in the basement for nerd time.
For dude's nerd time. Sith Vicious was asking, are the details posted in your live stream, dude? Like where people can purchase this?
You know what? So they will be. When we ended that live stream last night, I had some choice words about this system. But then again, I spent 3 hours after that putting it together, and then I joined Night Owl's live stream at 10:30, and then the first hour of Night Owls was me finishing this with them on there. Nice. But like I said, by the time I got done, it's an A for the idea, but it's a C for the execution in terms of the modularity of being able to tweak it and the instructions. But again, now that it's together, I'm very happy with the final outcome. And if you learn from my mistakes, and if anyone wants to like DM me on Twitter or, whatever, watch the video on YouTube, ask me, I'll answer any questions. But if you know the nuance to it, then I give it a B, and it's totally worth having. I think like the photos I've been able to take with the prior version of this, where it wasn't this big, I think the photos came out well. Taking them on, I take them on my Galaxy, 21 Plus here. I think the photos come out well. The videos look good with it, and I think it'll be even better now that I've expanded the diorama.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great looking set. Also want to say what's up to Vader X Bricks. How's it going, Vader? Nice to see you.
Congrats, Vader. Just recently graduated from
Oh, congrats, dude. Oh, and I
university.
forgot to show you guys this.
Oh, sweet.
I got AirPods Pro off Target. They were $70 off, and I'm using them right now, so I hope they sound good. But it's the case for them. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's sweet. Little Boba Fett
it's
action
like a real
there.
hard rubber, and it's thick, so it actually really you could see how thick it is. It really protects it, you know, because these are like a nice investment piece, I think, when you get something like that. So
oh yeah, you don't want to drop what AirPods are like $150 regular price, I think. So it's like,
yeah. So these were $170 on Target for the Pro.
Oh wow,
and
wow. So
yeah, dude, that's why I grabbed them. Yeah, because I needed a new set anyways. I was like, oh, they're only $20 more for the Pro. And you know what's really cool is I have an Apple TV in the den. And I didn't even I had these the other night, and I was I had my laptop, and then the Apple TV in the den was like, "Do you want to connect your AirPods?" And so I was watching Boba Fett at night with these on, and I could hear so much because at night I have to have the TV low because it'll go right up. You know, the girls are sleeping and stuff. But I heard so much stuff in that show listening to these. Now I'm like at night when the girls go to bed, I just use these with the Apple TV, and it's awesome.
Yeah, then it's like you're blaring it, but no one else can hear it. It's perfect.
Yes. Any other questions before I? If you do, just let me know, guys. Again, hit me up. I'm happy to answer them. But like I said, if you know the nuance and are patient, I think it's a really cool diorama. And even if you don't use it for like, if let's just say you had an office and you wanted to build this as a diorama, like this would be a cool diorama for an office.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a sweet piece.
I can't wait to get my own office at work. One of these days I'm gonna graduate and get my own office, and it's gonna get pimped out like dudes.
Yeah.
Well, my office is just next to my garage in my house.
Well, yeah, that's true. Have you been working from home a lot?
Yeah, well, I've been in sales my whole life, and I'm in a sales leadership role. So when you work, I'm in medical device industry, so it's all remote work, and then you have a corporate headquarters. So I go in there so little that they just don't have an office for me when I go in. Right. So which is all right, which I kind of like because I don't feel beholden to go in there. I can work from home, which is great.
Right.
Yeah. True. A little bit of dude trivia.
There you go. Dude trivia.
How about you, Nate? Recent pickups?
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, I've got a few right here. So Justin came in clutch for me. And he at his local Walmart found me the new black costume Spider-Man. Which
so beautiful.
This is the new one on the retro body. Absolutely amazing masterpiece figure. I think this is probably my favorite Marvel Legends of all time right now. I figured out what made it so much better because I've been playing with it a ton, and I'm just like, I have retro Spidey here too. And I'm like, what is making this black suit so much more enjoyable? I mean, retro Spidey is great too, but honestly, it's the wall crawling hands. The retro Spidey does not have wall crawling hands. He only has fist and thwip hands.
Nice.
So
that's a nice change.
Yeah. But with black costume Spider-Man, you get fists, thwips, and the wall crawling hands.
Nice. Which the other thing about that one, and I have 4 of them pre-ordered just because as soon as I can get one, I want one. I'm so desperate for it. That's one of my favorite arcs in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon. But you can't see the pins because they're painted. Whereas in the retro Spidey, the pins are the opposite color of the suit. Yeah. So they even though that's an amazing figure, they just kind of stand out. So that black suit is all the same color. But to me, why I love that is the best on-screen version we've ever had of symbiote Spidey. And just like they nailed it in that cartoon, that whole arc.
Yeah, this is just a fantastic looking figure.
So good.
I haven't been able to put it down. It poses like a dream. I mean, if you have retro Spidey, you pretty much know what to expect articulation wise, but really this coming with the wall crawling hands makes such a difference. And another part of my favorite is, I've got the original symbiote Spidey right here. And so I
love the eyes on that one.
Because I'm a fan of the big eyes. So
yes,
I'm happy that you could actually just swap the head.
Oh,
yeah, so that's honestly so cool.
So good.
It's a little floppy. But it's not too bad. But if you want the big eyes, which to me, the bigger Spider-Man's eyes are, the more I like the costume.
Yeah.
So I'm just so happy that you could still swap the heads between the two if you wanted to give him the giant, like, ultimate bug-eyed look, which is just awesome. This is a great figure. I have been having so much fun with it, and I'm so happy that we got a new symbiote Spider-Man on the on the retro body.
I cannot wait for mine to show up.
And then Justin also came in clutch and got me armored Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
Which,
so good.
Design-wise, awesome, very nostalgic. This armored design brings a lot of memories back for a lot of people, but a little disappointed in the articulation. This particular Spider-Man does not have butterfly joints for whatever reason. They gave him the pinless. He's got pinless elbows and pinless knees, but no butterfly joint action here, which is, or maybe it is. Maybe it is in there, and it's just a little frozen.
Is it hidden? Maybe because it looked like it moves.
Yeah, it looks like it has a little give to it, but I mean, it might be frozen, but like that doesn't seem like a whole lot. And if it is in there, it's buried deep in the actual design of the costume. But I mean, still a great looking figure. Like, no questions asked
so
here.
Good.
I like the back of the costume too. I love that spider symbol, that silver spider symbol.
That might be one where when I get my 2, because I keep of this wave, I have to get 2 because I have to have the card and open them. But like that might be one where I pose him kind of in flight, where you see him from behind, just to show that back symbol. That looks, oh dude, look at that. It's
so good. Great details on the back of this figure. But I was trying to figure out what Spider-Man body this figure is on. I don't know if it's a brand new sculpt for armored Spidey, or if it's like a
what kind of cut, does it have a cut and swivel in it, or?
Because I thought it was Miles. I thought it was the Miles arms and legs at first, but I kind of have my doubts now that it's Miles's arms and legs. But as far as articulation goes, you get the forward crunch.
Yeah,
and you get the waist swivel.
You get you got the crunch and swivel, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't have. It's not like retro Spidey, and he doesn't have like the drop down legs or anything like that either. So
once I get all these Spideys in, I'm going to do my top 10 Spidey figures video and just rank with all the Spidey figs, MCU ones and everything. Rank my top 10 Spidey figs because I probably have 15 to 20 now. Once all these come in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I pre-ordered this whole wave, but Justin found them in stores, so I was like, well, I've got them all secured, but I was like, if you want to get me black suit and armored Spider-Man, I wouldn't be opposed to a little early.
Be mad at.
Well,
I don't know if you saw, but I got Shocker finally.
Oh, awesome!
Oh,
and then Hammerhead.
Nice. Weren't those were in stock somewhere, right? GameStop.
No, these came from GameStop.
Nice. But yeah, other than that, although I forgot to show something last week. I feel really bad. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I can't believe I found those cases. And it's always weird finding super desirable things out of a line that you don't collect, because it's like, I feel like I should be buying this, but I'm like, wait a second, I don't collect Marvel Legends. Right. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I love Spider-Man. If there was like a regular Spider-Man, which like Ben Reilly, the Ben Reilly figure looked really cool too, but if there would have been like a regular Peter Parker or something, I would have been definitely interested. Are they going to do like a sequel wave to that? Like, what is this, just like a sub wave? Or
so what this is all this comes from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. So every one of these figures, and they're drawing it like cartoon accurate. So all these are drawn or made in the style of this. So this is the logo of it.
Right.
So that's part of why I love it, because that cartoon was on in high school, and I would wake up in the mornings, I'd eat my bowl of sugar bomb cereal and I'd watch this stuff. But what's so cool is, and I was saying this before, like these hold up as an adult. Like I'm rewatching them now on Disney Plus, and they are amazing stories. They come right from the comics, but that's what I really love about this wave is it is the exact look of the cartoon that they're encapsulating with it. And
Mhm.
and it's a unique, it makes the figures like a unique visual style too, if you watch the cartoon. So, and then this was, so, and I'm excited about the Hobgoblin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, because they did they did the first wave of these figures, which was like what Retro Spidey was a part of.
Mm-hmm.
This Spider-Man was part of the first wave of these retro
you have
the animated
these, like,
Sandman.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm remembering now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a whole subline all based off of
yes.
90s
Kingpin.
goodness, nostalgia. Yeah, Kingpin's awesome. I have my Kingpin's off screen over
And
there.
then this was the original wave. So I like, as soon as I saw these, I grabbed one of each or two of each, just one for card, one for the wall.
Yeah.
But it's, as I'm rewatching the cartoon the other day, I'm like, wait, I need a Kraven, I need Blade, like I need Man Spider. Because I was watching the Man Spider episode and because Man Spider would be huge like Kingpin. So I need so then you're watching like each episode, I'm like, oh my God, make this figure, so they could just make 20 of these a year for years, because there's so many sub characters. They weave everybody into that show.
Yep. Punisher would be a great retro Spidey fig.
I just watched the episode with Punisher too, that whole arc, and because it's called the Eugenics arc, and I think it's like a 15 episode arc where he's losing his spider powers, and then that's where you get the 8-armed Spider-Man, and then he turns into Man Spider, and then Morbius. The new episode was with Morbius, which was cool. So I'm like, I want all those,
Absolutely. And then so I forgot to show these last week, but major shout out to one of our Discord members, Wookie Knight. Not Wookie Sin, Wookie Knight. They reached out to me after I showed off my TVC Skiff Guard, and it was very kind of them to offer me
Morbius,
I've got the Skiff TVC set right here. So this is the Skiff Guards.
Oh my gosh.
That are actually on the Skiff. So major shout out. He offered all of these to me for retail price. So very generous, because this set does not go for retail price anymore. And so I was happy because, I bought the Skiff because it was cheap, but then I started realizing that all the figures you need for the Skiff are not cheap. So I was like, oh man, I'm going to have an empty Skiff. And he was like, I'm looking to get rid of some TVC figures, and I'll send them your way. So graciously accepted. Also got Klaatu here.
Nice.
Part of the Skiff members. And then another Lando as well, because now I can have one Lando in my Jabba's Palace display, and I can have the other Lando as part of the Skiff Guard set. So it works out well. And thank you so much to Wookie Knight. That was tremendous that he reached out and was willing to hook me up with all of those for retail price. Because otherwise I would have been spending some change for some 3 3/4 inch figures. I honestly probably would have went. I would have probably went Power of the Force, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
If he hadn't reached out to me, I would have went, well, I could pay like $10 a piece for the Power of the Force figures, and they look all right. So,
dude, sometimes it just pays to have an audience. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
No, and I totally admit that, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for our audience to.
Sometimes it's just nice to have a few thousand people at your disposal. Because that's how I got that Target exclusive Remnant Stormtrooper. Someone just sent it over, and I was like, Target exclusive, like I'll take it. But I definitely agree, Salty. The Discord is worth joining if you haven't. Vader X Bricks here in the chat has tons of bangers for sale for fair prices right now in there. I definitely recommend joining our Discord. Link in the description. Make sure to read those rules and don't spoil Book of Boba Fett, please.
Or it's gotten to the point where if you spoil Book of Boba Fett outside of the spoiler chat, we're just banning you. So
I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it.
It's
also shout out to Emmanuel for being in Hawaii. Please tell me you're
mahalo.
You're there for work, but I like to imagine you're just on the beaches and the waves are coming up and you're just watching out of the basement. That's going to be my headcanon for what you're doing.
I'm taking Mrs. Dude and the girls to Hawaii in July. We're going to Oahu.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been
pretty
to
excited.
I've been to Maui before.
Maui's
I haven't
awesome.
gone-
Yeah, I've been to
yeah.
Maui and Kona, so this will be our first time on Oahu. I'm pretty excited.
Nice.
Oh, thanks.
Dude
Bodhi.
on the beach. Thank you, dude.
Yeah,
Thank you,
dude on the
Bodhi.
beach.
Yeah, dude's on a diet before we get to the beach. I don't want people harpooning me and trying to get my blubber meat.
Mhm.
Do you? So when you travel, dude, I know you travel for work
Mhm.
quite often. Do you ever bring like a pocket fig with you? Just like one special figure to bring with, just to have and to hold?
Sometimes yes. So sometimes I'll get like I'll work because whenever I travel, I'll hit
Mhm.
like all the Target, GameStop, everything like that's near my hotel, and sometimes I'll find things there, which is fun, and I'll keep them in the room. But funny story, we had our sales meeting last week, and my counterpart, the VP of service, gave me a Boba Fett framed drawing, and the bunch of guys saw me walking up to my room. I had my bag and I'm carrying this, and they're like, dude, I know you like Star Wars, but do you bring like a framed photo with you to have in your they were serious, like, do you bring that with you when you travel? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, is that weird? Of course I do.
Yeah, it's of course. I
was like,
bring
yes, of course. Don't you?
Yeah. Doesn't everyone bring a framed
I was like,
photo of Boba Fett with them?
Who do you pray to at night before bed? I mean, what do you mean? Of course I do.
You take down the generic
Boba.
like ocean wall photo
Yes,
that's in every
I put
hotel
Boba up.
room, and then just put Boba up.
And
And then
put some credits in front of there, have some spice, and
yeah,
pray to
hopefully,
Boba.
Spice.
hopefully you don't forget it. But otherwise, other than that, no recent pickups at all. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting.
Oh, whoa. Also,
Whoa.
real quick, thank you so much, Bodhi Collection, for the $5 super sticker and the channel support. I want to specifically play you a clip, though, so here we go.
I've been eating my full payment now.
Thank
Nice.
you, Bodhi, for the channel support.
Thank you, Bodhi. Final pickup. I found this in our recent vlog last week. So if you saw the vlog, you saw that I picked this up. But of course, I got me the Pat Bat. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, check out the vlog.
Oh, that's the new from the new movie.
Yeah, it's the Pattinson Batman from McFarlane.
Oh, I
Toys
like that
here.
suit, man. Is it kind of like armored?
Oh yeah, he's all sorts of armored up in this costume.
I don't know if you saw it, but I got my first McFarlane a week ago.
Oh yeah, you got Peacemaker, right?
Peacemaker, yeah, that's my first one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
dude, that is a really cool looking suit. I like that.
I like the thin bat logo too.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, because what I really like about this figure is that this is the best look we've got at the costume before the movie.
Right.
Outside of obviously the trailers, he's shrouded in darkness, but it almost looks like the bat symbol is going to do something. The way it's like sculpted onto the chest almost looks like maybe in the movie he can like take it off. Maybe it's like a batarang or something that he can just whip.
That would be cool.
I've just been studying the look of this costume, and I'm like, yeah, it almost looks like it's a gadget. Like it's just stored on his chest. So that way it's like not a bat symbol, but it's got like functionality to it. And he's also got like, I'm curious like what these on his arms are, because he's got like
Stingers,
these little,
maybe?
Yeah, they look almost like crossbow.
He's got those whistling birds. He's going Mando style.
It looks like he's got crossbow bolts on his wrist. Yeah, right. and it's hard to see on camera, but the cowl has like really nice stitching detail on it, and it almost looks like it's got like a Catwoman Batman Returns kind of feel on the cowl. But
cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Like it's okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, like it's got like some real like stitching, like he stitched the helmet together. But yeah, this is just an awesome looking figure. So far, all of the Batman figures I bought from McFarlane Toys for the Batman are sweet. I have Catwoman. I also have Riddler.
Dude, that one is tempting. I love Batman. Like, love Batman.
Yeah,
that is so tempting.
The only thing that sucks about this figure, and this is a trend with a lot of recent McFarlane figures, is he's been putting the characters, instead of looking straight forward, they're like looking to the side.
Looking to the side.
So so it's really hard to tell on camera, but like Batman kind of he's like looking over, like side eye.
Yeah.
So
What's up, Orlando?
So it kind of limits your posability for like action figure photography, because you're always going to have him looking a certain way. But yeah, so if you didn't check out the vlog, spoilers for the vlog, but you should check it out anyway, because it was a lot of fun.
You're banned. You just spoiled it.
Yeah, we went to City Trends, because everyone's been talking about this store City Trends and how they've been getting the old Moon Knight figures. They've been getting rare Transformers figures. So I'm like, I've got a City Trends 10 minutes away from my house. I went over there and there was nothing. So,
right.
Yeah.
What's up, Salacious?
Yo, what's up,
Salacious?
Salacious?
Oh, so Salacious says it's the gun used to kill his parents cut in two. This symbol on his chest. Now that is really cool if that's what that is, man. That's really cool.
That is interesting.
Does it look like it when you look close?
I don't really see like a weapon, like a firearm detail to it. But then
maybe
again,
in the movie it is, but they didn't get it on the fig or something like that.
Right.
I'm excited for the new Batman too, man. I'm so excited.
Matt Reeves is great. I can't wait.
Yeah, and the thing is about DC figures is they have this like really silly gun mandate on them right now. So like no DC figures come with any firearms at all. And so maybe they didn't quite sculpt it as accurately
because of that. That makes sense.
That's why like Peacemaker doesn't come with his gun. Or did
yeah, Peacemaker comes with a sword, but it does have a double piece on it. So
so because for some reason, like
if a child gets a hold of that figure, he's going to become a criminal.
But listen, it's totally okay to see the Mandalorian slice a dude in half and then behead him behind a pale curtain. No problems with that. This is the Peacemaker from Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because like this mandate only recently happened. So like there's a select number of McFarlane figures that did come with guns. And then randomly out of nowhere, Warner Brothers thinks that this is somehow going to end gun violence, which I mean, I don't really think it's going to do much other than make people not buy the, like, how are you going to have a Red Hood figure come out and he doesn't come with his two pistols? That kind of thing like boggles my mind. Or the new Penguin figure from the Batman movie, instead of coming with a gun, he comes with finger gun, like literally a sculpted hand. Like this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious. The Penguin figure, he literally comes with a sculpted hand like this, and it's
now,
like
that would be cool with like certain, if you could change it and just almost have him like blowing, like. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like that would be cool as an additional accessory.
Yeah, just to like throw that in there, but it's like, it's really frustrating for a lot of these figures. So I didn't pick up Penguin because of that, because I'm choosing to vote with my wallet on this situation, and I'm not picking up these figures that come with finger guns. There's another Red Hood figure coming out too, that instead of coming with his two pistols, he comes with two finger guns. And you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
But
was that it for you?
Anyways, that's it. That's my recent pickups. I'm truly done now.
Okay. Truly done. I actually don't have anything. I did get our good friend in real life, Brandon. He found a Holy Grail item for me at Target over in Illinois, and he picked it up for me. And whenever he comes back home, I'm going to snag that from him. He's coming home later today, I think. So I'm not going to have it for the stream. You'll have to wait until next week. So I have one mystery.
I like
pickup.
the teaser.
Yeah, it's not Black Series. It's NECA. So that'll be a little teaser for you. Lego time. No new Lego, but I have an update on if you guys checked out the stream last week, you will know that this set I was having issues with because I opened it and there were pieces missing. All of the minifigures were missing. The bags were tampered with. Bag 5 was missing altogether, and there was just various pieces, building pieces missing from the entire set. So I contacted Lego customer service, and they were surprisingly fantastic.
Nice.
Very
That's great.
pleasantly surprised. So so far they are sending me bag number 5 in its entirety that was missing, and then every single minifigure from the set.
Nice.
Which is fantastic.
Woo.
Although we're not out of the woods yet, because as I said,
oh no,
I noticed that there were just pieces missing. Because when I originally tried to build it, I got to like step number 4 here, and you can see I circled because like little various pieces from the entire set were missing from each bag, probably from the guy or girl or whoever digging their finger into each bag and trying to fish out the minifigures.
Yeah, and that one just kind of.
So there's all sorts of pieces missing. So what I did for that, they told me they would send me bag 5 and the minifigures, but they said you're just gonna have to figure out the rest of the pieces that are missing.
Figure it out.
Hey,
that's what we had to do. So I gathered my mother and my girlfriend, and we did a massive project. Let's see here. This is 775 pieces. We went through each bag, and I went through and I was just circling like every piece that was missing, and then conveniently they show you every piece that comes with the set. So you can see I had to circle everything. I had to like go back.
Wow. How long did that had to take? Hours?
Probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
wow.
So I had to go and circle everything, go bag by bag. So now I can add these pieces to my order because Lego actually, I forget what country it comes from. Somewhere in Europe. I'm sure someone actually knows where Lego is based out of, but I have to wait for them to send that out. So I can add those pieces to my order. So hypothetically, I will get bag 5, the minifigures, and all of the pieces that I'm missing. And the saga of this set will be built.
Nice.
At some point.
Yeah.
You know, you could join Salacious on his
Denmark.
Lego build.
Right. Yeah. Maybe I will.
Lego build.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it for me. I don't have any actual figure pickups. I'm trying to think. I have a story, which I wish I had the pictures, but and I said this a little bit earlier, but my local Walmart has a case of Black Series, a fresh case. It's the only one in our area that has a fresh case of Black Series, and I have been going there. The first time I was there, there was 2 full aisles of toy pallets, and then in the main aisle, there was more toy pallets. I went through every single pallet, and I was like, it's just not here. And I don't really waste employees' time. There's too many pallets. They're not going to find it either.
Yeah.
They have just as much luck that I would have. And then I returned to that Walmart because I've been like, oh, I'll give them some time to get through it because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of pallets. And I returned the next day, and I was passing through the currently unused like outdoors garden section where you get like soil and salt, and I just see a bunch of pallets in there, and I'm talking like 15 pallets.
Yeah.
And they're all toys.
That picture you sent me, it was like the lawn and garden center was stuffed with toy boxes.
I should have put the photos from my phone on the on my PC, but maybe I can show you.
Yeah, just show them. It must be where all the toys in Michigan were supposed to go to.
So, and this is, and I saw them through the window. I was like looking in. I was like, oh my God, like I see Hasbro boxes. I see action figure boxes. So here's a picture of this is kind of in the middle. If we can get.
There you go.
Oh my God, dude.
But as you can see, there's like stuff like I can't get to it. And let's see here. I took a video recently. I had brought my my girlfriend with the other day because now this is like our little project, and I'm like, we're gonna find this damn. So maybe. So
There
she's
you
in
go.
there, climbing in there.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, it's not
We
really.
need, we need, you know
it's like
what, guys?
overexposed.
I'm gonna hop in the car and drive 4 hours. We're gonna plan a heist.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? So Justin and I live one city away from each other. My Walmart has the exact same thing. The lawn and garden center is stuffed with toys, but at my Walmart, the door is locked. You can't
Yeah,
get.
because that was the thing. I was like, I'm gonna go around the store because it's like I don't know. Ever since the pandemic, now it's like not
Yeah, now you've totally messed up the exposure on your
right.
It'll adjust.
Yeah,
But,
it looks fine.
I went over there because ever since the pandemic, they just stopped using that entrance for whatever reason. I don't know. But I went over there and the sliding doors opened. I was like, oh my God, I can walk in here. So now I'm like sneaking around. I'm like, some employee's gonna be like, what are you doing? Like looking at all these pallets. And
They don't care. They don't care.
You're absolutely right, because
They're
I've been in there so many times since, but every time I go in there, there's like a little bit that they got to, like they're slowly chipping away at it. And I'm like, one of these days, like I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna find that, because that's the difference between our Walmarts is I know there's a case there. I know there's a Black Series case in there. BrickSeek is usually really accurate in our area, and I have no doubt that it's in there somewhere because I found the Marvel Legends thing, the Doctor Strange wave.
Yep.
For the new movie.
And
I found that fresh case.
Retro
No way.
Spidey.
Yeah, I found the retro Spidey case. I found two cases of those.
Which I forgot that Despair is in that freaking Doctor Strange wave, and I'm like, dang it, I should have had Justin get me Despair as well.
I have seen so many cases of Power Rangers, Transformers, Marvel Legends, everything except for the one case of Black Series that I am looking for.
And like Jonathan Anderson says, watch it be wave 30.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said to my girlfriend too. I'm like, I'm going through this whole adventurous, like this treasure hunt. I'm going to open it. I'm going to slide out that Bo-Katan or Casca Reeves or Tech or Lando.
Yep.
And I'm just going to die inside. So
yesterday, my daughter's 16. We were practicing some driving in snowy weather and stuff. And so I had her, basically we went figure hunting together. We went to Target, went to GameStop. Target was 4 deep, 3 rows tall of the Eternals wave. And it was the same figures from a week ago. None of those had moved. They're not even on sale. And then we went into the Star Wars aisle. There was 1 Bo-Katan, 2 Techs, and then like 5 Landos. And it's literally been like that for 3 weeks straight. And we went into GameStop. It was Eternals. And then they had a couple of the GameStop Stormtrooper exclusives, which I already had one of each of those. But yeah, it's such a ghost town in Michigan for figures. I don't. We just must be in like this weird zone here where it just doesn't. We're like last to get stuff.
Right. And I'm sure you have a similar experience because obviously we're in Indiana, so we're not too far away from you. So it's like everyone always posts like, oh, look at these Marvel Legend clearance at my Target. Eternals are $6. Age of Apocalypse.
No,
X-Men
they were
$6.
$22. They were all $22. Yeah.
My Target had the Eternals figures in the clearance aisle, but when you go to ring them up, they're full price. They moved them into the clearance aisle, but didn't actually clearance them. I think they're just trying to trick some poor soul into paying full price for those figures.
That's literally GameStop and Walmart and Target. They all do it. They're like, it's clearance for full price.
Yeah.
Literally, GameStop does that too. It's so annoying.
I want that Age of Apocalypse Cyclops, but I, on principle, do not want to pay full price for it because A, it comes with no accessories. B, it's on the Bucky cat body. Yep. So it's like, that is a figure you do not pay full price for. And
well, here's my thing. If you're going to release any Cyclops figure, how can you justify releasing it without a laser beam coming out of his eye?
Right.
I mean,
it literally comes with nothing.
Right. It's Cyclops. How do you not have a laser beam coming out of his eye? I mean, like
especially for let's face facts here. Age of Apocalypse Cyclops,
Yes.
not the most desirable design of Cyclops. I think most people
Correct.
can agree.
Correct.
That whole
So it's
Age
like,
of Apocalypse
you-
wave I punted on, except for the Iceman.
You think you'd want to like spice it up a little bit to get people to want to buy it. So like give him a sweet laser beam effect, or even just give him a little attachable like smoke trail that comes off of the visor, something like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, that Iceman's amazing. That Iceman.
This Iceman, I had to buy it, and I'll tell you what. Over the last few months, Hasbro's nailed the translucent body figures. They've totally upgraded whatever kind of plastic, and you could, I mean, look at the frost on him with the blue and the white in his eyes, and then look at the back, dude.
Oh man, they painted the back of the figure.
Yes, dude. He was the only figure I got from the wave, but no accessory. You know, I mean,
Right.
you got this cool claw hand, which is neat, but Iceman should have some kind of an accessory with him,
Yeah.
But I mean, this
that's
is a
why
must-own for me.
I would have picked that Iceman up, but thankfully I found the Ollie's retro Iceman for it was like $10, and he comes with his little stand. I tried to get you one, but we couldn't reach each other in time. Unfortunately,
I desperately need 90s X-Men Beast and Iceman for my and I'm actually wearing my 90s X-Men shirt today.
Nice.
But I desperately need those two for my 90s X-Men collection.
Yeah, those ones are absolutely essential. But thank you, Vader, for the $4.99 super chat. Imagine if you find Echo in a Mega Wave. Yeah, I saw Lukeness posted. Someone found that wave.
Yakface posted. Yeah, someone found that whole wave, and then it comes with Ahsoka.
Yeah, that would be mind blowing if that palette was in Justin's Walmart and we found it and it was Omega and tech and everything. That would be insane.
That'd make a great toy hunt video too. To go find the palette, get it, and then open the whole thing at once. That'd be awesome to see.
That's what I was telling Justin when he was showing me all these palettes. I'm like, dude, vlog this, please.
Yes.
Like this is amazing. It's literally like just a mountain of figures back there. And like I was saying, my lawn and garden section is the same thing, but they locked the sliding door at mine, so I can see them. I'm like Wayne in Wayne's World when he's looking at the guitar and he's like,
"Oh yes, it will be mine.
Oh yes,
it will be mine."
Like that's how
no
I feel.
Stairway.
Yeah,
denied.
And like my girlfriend's behind me, and she's like, "You'll never afford it. Live in the now." But yeah, that's exactly how I felt like looking through the glass. I was like, I am seriously Wayne right now, looking at all these action figure boxes, like trying to just get something. Even though, so in the last vlog, I found most of the Doctor Strange wave. I didn't end up finding. Of course, I only want Despair, and Despair is, of course, the one figure that's going to be missing instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know what? I have 2 pre-ordered, just hedging my bets. So if I won't cancel one, and you and I can trade, or I'll just sell it to you what I paid for.
Sweet, I'd be down for that. Yeah. With a lot of Marvel Legends, besides the Spider-Man figures, because I know that if you do not pre-order these, you are going to pay.
You have to
an insane amount. But for most other Marvel Legends, I risk it. I'm like, you know what? I'll find it in stores because I have great Marvel Legends luck. Ironically, it's like the thing I'm not really collecting is the thing I find super early sets. I find insanely rare figures.
Yep.
And it's like, but I'm like, I don't
literally
collect.
Same.
I don't.
Dude,
collect
I
them.
find Transformers, and I find Transformers, G.I. Joe, and McFarlane stuff in my stores all the time, and I don't I collected, all that like G.I. Joe, Transformers as a kid, but as an adult, I don't. And I see them all they're stocked all the time, and I'm like, can I just have one Marvel? If I just found one I was looking for, I would be happy.
Yeah. Yes, you do, David. Yes, you do. And David can back me up. I've hooked him up with so many rare Marvel Legends figures that are just randomly out there. What's up, G-Force? How's it going?
Speaking, I saw some people giving some 90s X-Men love, so here's my beautiful
gotta flex on
Sentinel.
him. Gotta flex on him.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this beauty.
Nice. I'm
This
also
it's like having a toddler. You know what I mean? It's heavy. I love this thing. So once I get my whole 90s X-Men situation complete and I get those other figures, I'm going to build out just a whole 90s X-Men display with the Sentinel right in the middle of it. And then I'm using the Master Mold head from the cartoon because that's my favorite head.
Is there any chance, dude? I know your daughters are a little bit older. Did you keep any baby clothes, and can you put them on the Sentinel? Have it dressed up like a small child.
We totally kept some just because for nostalgia. Like, so my girls have been raised on Star Wars, Disney, like Disney princesses. We got a black belt, and so like some of the really cute because we would go to Disney World, and I always say keep that stuff because it's collectible when you get shirts there, because they're only there for a month and then they're gone. So we do have some baby stuff for sure. And that's a good idea. I actually did a video of a yoga doing Sentinel
Nice.
when I got it. Like, and it was more to see, can he do yoga poses? And I got him into all the yoga poses and he balanced. I actually got him balancing and doing balance poses. But if you guys are interested, that's the scale. Here's the Iceman. So that's the scale of the Sentinel.
How's the knee gate on yours?
It was loose, but it's okay. Like, it was just, hey, what's up, Sean?
What's up?
It was a little bit loose, but I did not have, like, I'd say it's like a smidge loose, but I did not have the problem that other people had, thankfully.
Nice. Yeah.
That's
well,
good.
and also you had people out there that were trying to pose their Sentinel on a sofa as if you could pose any action figure on a sofa.
That was
Sean,
literally the most viral
earlier.
video.
I like
That
to
was
do
the
my
biggest
reviews on
video
the
going
bed.
on. Exactly. Like, that really was. Because I remember when that was happening, there was obviously the big knee controversy, partially justified. But the main video that I saw, like the biggest Twitter video I saw, he was trying to stand it up on a like a couch, and it was falling over.
Right.
I'm like, dude, like what?
It's like try and pose any figure on a couch. It's not going to stand up. It's not a hard surface. It's
Right. 100%. Now, if I had him like this and he just fell over and I spent $350 for it and I waited a year, I'd be really disappointed. It's a smidge loose, but thankfully mine was good. Now, I got mine 5 weeks after the first one shipped. So I was I was like right at the end to get it, even though I was in the first 300 order, which kind of bummed me out. But maybe I got lucky because mine was in the back, and maybe the lots got better as they built them out. So
they had someone taking them out of the box, tightening the knee joints, putting them back. Put them back in the box, quick. Infernal Hippo.
But I'm excited for Galactus in the fall. I got Galactus, so
there you go. Infernal Hippo is asking if you went for Galactus.
100% did 100. And so what I'm going to do here, so I have, right here to the side, I have like the open wall and a table right there. So Galactus is going to go on that table, and then I'm going to put all the Fantastic Four retro cards up behind him, and then just build out shelves there and just have like a big Fantastic Four Galactus display battle there.
Nice. That would be amazing.
And I was thinking I might as well add this. I can maybe add the Sentinel, so I could have Galactus on one side and then the 90s X-Men and the Sentinel on the other, and just make it like this huge big blowout display.
Oh yeah, that's gonna look epic once everything's set in place. That's awesome. That is so sick.
That's a really cool, just Marvel HasLab. I can't wait to get my Star Wars Black Series.
I think Sean said he got like a preparing to ship notification. Sean Solo said the other day.
Oh yeah, for his Razor Crest. For the Razor
Crest. Yeah.
Razor Crest. Yeah.
Thank you for the channel support, Craft 3D Creations. Thank you so much for the $4.99 chat.
Thank you. So, do you guys think it's time to jump in a time machine?
Yeah.
Go back in
Yeah.
time. We've got Dude's Nerdery here, so we all know Dude loves his activities, and we love our activities with Dude. It's
activities with Dude.
It's a mutual love of activities.
Rainbow.
It's not
so
like
much room for activities.
It's not like 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard where you get ridiculed for your activities, Dude. We accept your activities.
We embrace
thank you.
Spreadsheets, Excel, Microsoft Documents, Outlook. I mean, come on.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, back in, I believe it was 2016, Hasbro put out a customer survey for the Black Series. And it was just online. You clicked it and you could fill it out. You can't do it anymore because it's obviously expired by now. I think there is a way you could actually go back into it. But for the stream, I thought the best way to do it was to make like little individual banners. So I painstakingly wrote all of this out for you all. I did phase out some questions because, you know, like the 3 3/4 inch Black Series doesn't exist anymore. So there are some questions that I deleted from this. And some of these are kind of silly at first, but then once you go further into it, there's some really, really interesting things as far as like how much you value articulation, how much do you value paint? And there's a really, really interesting question where it's like, would you buy any of the following? And they list out a bunch of characters. And I'm like, oh, like, so I didn't modify any of these questions.
Awesome.
So we are going back. We're turning back the clocks a year, and actually more than a year.
Why'd you get you got like a little Iron Man 3 Mandarin right there.
I was going for Joker.
You'll never see me coming.
Some consider me a terrorist.
I consider myself a teacher.
Lesson
number 1. That's so good.
Let's catch up on a few things here. Craft 3D, their message did not send with their super chat. They wanted to say thank you guys for an awesome stream. My first live and super chat with you. Happy hunting and customizing. Thank you, Craft 3D. We appreciate you tuning in today. Also, HoloNet asks, you guys think Hasbro will announce a HasLab next week? No, absolutely not.
We missed our chance, bud.
Our chance. No
further
joke,
down the line.
I think it will be at least a year before we see another Black Series HasLab attempt. I honestly
we're going to
believe
see
that.
Boba riding a Rancor in a week, right? I mean, I think potentially, and so I think now that's opened the door back up to redo the Rancor and maybe have an offering where it includes Book of Boba Fett figures as well as Return of the Jedi options, and then release it at a price point with accessories and unlocks that are, I think the mark, like you said, people voted with their wallet on that Rancor overall, right? So let's learn from it. And I think if they tweak it and they do, have a saddle, you could put Boba Fett on it, like
right.
Like and it comes with the Rancor keeper at the start, that kind of stuff. Like I think it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah. Right. And right out of the gate, just be like, no Ula. We can't do it. Sorry.
Just say, just set, part of life. And I've learned this, like I've been in a leadership role for, 13, 15 years. Part of life is setting expectations before you do something. And it's okay to tell people, here are the rules of engagement, or here are the expectations. But as long as you know that ahead of time and you don't keep people dangling, they'll accept it. And then you move on mentally and focus on what you need to do or what you're getting versus wondering, are they going to show this? Are they going to, you know what I mean? And letting that kind of spiral out to where it turns into frustration. So if you're not going to do it, just, announce it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you might be shocked by one of these questions in here and how it's kind of relevant to what we're talking about.
Right.
So the purpose of this is to look back at our mindset in 2016 and see if Hasbro listened to any of this feedback that they got. And it's so interesting because we can kind of see how they shaped the line based on a lot of these questions. So they do, some of these are a little silly, so just bear with me because I wanted to be as thorough as possible. I wanted to delete as little as possible.
So dude, I know you said you used to collect, but you weren't used to keep them in box in your closet.
Yes.
So like, when did you start with Black Series? Was that like a 2020 thing or
no? Black Series. So basically what I did under the guise of giving my daughters gifts for years was my daughters had just every female Black Series or Marvel Legends they had. So we had 70 female figures, like when we counted like 2019 already. So, and then I would just I would get some things on my own. And so in my closet up in my office, I just had massive boxes and all of them were in there. And I was kind of like Shylock. Like I'd look and you know, I just like pet them like my precious, you know what I mean? And then put them back like that. And it just wasn't until the pandemic where you're stir crazy and bored. I was like, started taking them out and I'm like, you know, why don't I enjoy, like why don't I at least put them out and enjoy them in box? And then all this, you know, and then it just kind of morphed from there. So it was like kind of silently, casually collecting through my daughters and then hiding my own. And then just over time, I just, you know, I'm like, you know what, this makes me happy. So I'm going to enjoy my hobby instead of hiding my hobby.
Nice. Nice. All righty. So yeah, let's jump into the survey.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff here.
This is official, by the way. This is a real thing that happened. Hasbro.
Yep.
These are official Hasbro questions.
Yep.
So since I'm the host here of the stream, I'm controlling it all. I'll kind of be like I'll guide us through it. So the first question is, do you purchase your Star Wars The Black Series items primarily for you or another individual? By the way, chat, I want to see you guys participate. This is like all encompassing. I want to have everyone participate in this.
Play along. Let's play along.
Yeah, play along. Humor us.
So my answer would be yes and yes.
That is interesting because you just said you buy figures for your children. So that's actually kind of a nice angle. Mm-hmm. Nate and myself, just for us.
For me. Although I did buy my nephew one Han Solo figure.
Ooh,
very cool.
I was like, for some reason, my sister showed my nephew Solo as his first Star Wars movie. I mean, good Star Wars movie, but I'm like, you started with Solo, sister?
Hey, I started my girlfriend with Mando.
True. Yeah, that is unusual.
And it's been a great starting point.
Mando's a good entrance point to somebody who maybe isn't super into science fiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Thank you, chat. I'm seeing a lot of participation. This is exactly what I wanted. What I wanted. And again, like the first few questions are just like base level stuff, but it does get interesting. How old are you?
I'm 28.
I am 44.
Just kidding. I am 26.
You're a young looking man, dude. You got those
yoga.
You got them good genes.
Yoga.
Yoga, dude. You know, before the pandemic, I had no gray in the beard. Now I've got a little bit of spotches, but yeah, yoga, man, keeps you young.
All right. So, there's a few more like base level. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now. A lot of 20s, a lot of 40s.
Yep.
Where's our 30s at? Where do you go when you turn 30? Like, you just disappear?
You disappear for 10 years.
Honestly, dude, in your 30s, it kind of becomes like marriage, young kids, and then work. And then your time becomes minimal. But then once your kids get older, and then they're more into, you know what I mean? It does your 30s to your late 30s into your 40s definitely changes.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. That's a good explanation.
Mark says he's turning 59 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Mark.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Vern's turning 52 end of next week, too.
Nice. Ooh. We got some birthdays coming up.
Dude, you want to talk about looking young? Vern's turning 52 and it looks like he's 30. Like,
yeah, that
like seriously.
That's true.
When I first started interacting with Vern and he was like calling himself a grandpa, I was like assuming he was just joking.
Right. No, he is.
But then I was like, wait a minute, he's being serious. This guy's a grandpa. Yeah. Like,
he looks great for he looks like he's in his 30s, man.
Oh yeah. He is absolutely
maybe it's collecting toys that keeps you young. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Young at heart keeps you young.
We do have like a huge part of our audience are people who are like older than us, kind of by a significant margin. So I find that very interesting. Thanks for being here, everyone.
But you know what's cool? It's because we all love the same thing. We all love like Star Wars. Like it brings all of us joy, and we love the toys and
generations.
Yeah, it's ageless. It's totally ageless. Yeah.
Oh, Quilkin's 35. There we go.
There we go. We got one representative.
35.
39. Christopher's 39. Okay, we got some.
Sir Halligad said, "Who here has a beer gut?" I used to.
No beer for me. No beer.
Yep. When I turned 21 to 22, I was like chugging beer like it was water, and then that got real old real quick.
I have a Ben and Jerry's and Cheetos gut right now, but I'm down 17 since the start of the year, so I'm on the path back to my pre-COVID weight for sure.
Yeah, dude, I just love following your Twitter like all week long. You'll be like working hard, and then it gets to like Friday, Saturday, and you're like, I was good all week, and then it's like a picture of fried food.
Well,
like
dude is also like Master Chef.
And like a Ben and Jerry's, and I'm like that is awesome. Like,
dude, it's sometimes you got to give in, and now there's like I went through, especially towards the end of the year, like just my job can be stressful, and just the last 2 years have been stressful, and I really just kind of gave in to medicating through bad food for you. But like sometimes like having a half pint of Ben and Jerry's is good for the soul,
Oh, 100%. Like, believe
the
it or
other
not,
thing I love doing is crushing chips or popcorn while I play video games. There's such a synergistic effect. I didn't tell you guys I got a PS5 last week.
Nice.
But like I don't know what it is about eating like salt and vinegar chips and Cheetos while I'm playing video games, but they're just it's a force multiplier when you combine them.
It's a classic. It's just like having a nice can. Well, I try not to drink pop anymore, but it's like back in the day in high school, I used to have my can of Mountain Dew, my bag of Lay's barbecue chips, and would play Halo all night long.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I've actually had to go on a little weight loss journey myself. I worked at Pizza Hut for 2 years in college, and there was a lot of free, greasy fast food pizza.
Dude, even when I worked there for like 2 months, I was gaining weight from the free wings, the free pizza, the free breadsticks.
And it's like, if you've known me all my life, like I have been a twig, like, because I have my mom's metabolism. Like I have been a skinny little boy twig my entire life. And it was the first time I ever actually like my metabolism caught up with me. So I was at like 194. But I actually made some diet changes these past like 3 months, and now I'm at 179.
Nice.
So I went from 194 to 179.
Like, my super healthy I'm 6'3 3/4, so I like to round up to 6'4", but my bang zone is 195. Like if I'm like that, I'm svelte. I'm nimble. I'm healthy. So I'm that's where I was a year ago. I was like, and I'll you fluctuate. So I'll go 193 to like 201, just depending on what's going on. But like right in that range. But we're gonna get back there before we go to Hawaii. That's for sure.
Right. I'm just looking through the chat. I'm loving this chat going on. Dawn says she was 24 when the OT came out on the dinosaur. That's awesome though.
That's so right. Like I am seriously jealous of everyone who got to see the original trilogy in theaters.
Dude, my first movie was Empire Strikes Back. I was 3 years old. And the reveal, seeing that when you're 3 and he's like, I'm like, what?
And that's stuck. And that's the fact that it's just like stuck with you and you remember something from so early in your life. It's just a testament to the power of Star Wars. But
do you know what I remember most? So I was 6 when I saw Return of the Jedi, and obviously I remember Leia, one of my all-time favorite female heroes. But when Luke lit up the green lightsaber on the barge, like R2 shoots it, I vividly remember just my mind being blown, and I just remember being like, I need a green lightsaber as soon as we leave here. Like that's all I could think about was I want a green lightsaber. I want a green lightsaber.
It's so funny thinking back to that moment and how cool it probably was, because at the time there was no green lightsaber and you didn't know it was coming. So
I didn't even know it existed. Yeah.
Luke igniting a green lightsaber. I'm sure it was like,
and I love the original story.
My favorite, like I love green. Like I love green. Like that's why my logo has green in it. Like when my thumbs have green in it, like I just love it. It goes back to that specific moment in my lifetime. That's how big of an impact that had.
Nice.
All right. Now that we've going on these tangents, that's fine. Though.
One last thing I did want to say: all three of us are Midwesterners, so I would assume we say pop.
Yeah, pop. 100. I will never say soda. 100%.
Yeah, pop.
Soda pop. Pop. Go get yourself a Coke, or everything's Coke. I know
my Chicago accent definitely comes out sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
Hard A's and pop.
When I visit. I've got some family down in Kentucky, and they are Coke people, where every single pop,
everything's Coke.
It's just Coke. And I'm like, how do you differentiate? Like if you want a Sprite, how do you say it?
I'll have clear Coke. Hey,
Yeah.
y'all, give me clear Coke.
Clear Coke.
I want the clear Coke, man.
Give me the brown Coke, the clear Coke,
Yeah.
orange Coke. All right. Yeah.
Let's move.
So, the next question. This is within Hasbro. So, what other entertainment brands have you purchased in the last 2 years? That's Hasbro. So, like other entertainment brands that Hasbro does.
Well, Marvel Legends, of course.
Yeah, Legends.
Black
I
Series.
did purchase. I purchased 3 of the crossover Transformers. So I got the X-Men jet, and I got the Top Gun Transformer, and then I got the DeLorean Transformer. So and I don't collect. I did as a kid, but those were, I mean, 3 of my favorite movies, and then they turned them into, or the '90s X-Men jet. I had to have that for sure, and then Top Gun is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So I couldn't resist getting an F-14 Tomcat.
Also, G.I. Joe for me. I fell down that rabbit hole, but I'm done. I'm done with classified.
Yeah, for me,
except for Storm Shadow. That Storm Shadow coming out.
I'm done with it, except for this.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, within Hasbro, it's actually only Star Wars for me. Because Marvel Legends, that was over 2 years ago for me when I was into Marvel Legends. So, at the time, I would have said Marvel Legends back in 2016. But for me, it's just Star Wars.
But now you look like a OG Marvel Legends collector when you whip out
my Pizza Spider-Man and my black suit and my Venom with the green slime on the tongue.
And
I'm so in awe of that Pizza Spidey. That's on my wish list for sure.
It's a good figure, but once you go retro Spidey, it's really hard to go back to Pizza Spidey. It really is.
But it comes with the slice of pizza.
True.
That's really what it is. It comes with a slice of pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. This next question, excuse me. This next question kind of goes hand in hand with that. What other Star Wars toy brands have you purchased in the last years? So this is beyond Hasbro. So for me, it would be Lego.
Lego.
I mean, I guess you could also, TVC is included with that, which is Hasbro, but it's for me, I want to say it's just Lego. I don't have any other Star Wars figures.
I don't have any Hot Toy or Sideshow, but I have
Diamond
Lego.
Select, yeah.
Would I I guess I would count when we went to Disneyland last year. I did build a lightsaber, and we got some knickknacks from there. So maybe like Disney World, Disneyland specific things from Galaxy's Edge. But I just ordered my first Sideshow last week. I ordered the dude finally. I gave in and ordered him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's so awesome. You got the direct one that comes with the
the extra accessories. I got the extra because I mean it's the same price. How could you not?
Right. So for me, it would be Bandai model kits, Diamond Select, and
Figure Arts?
SH Figure Arts as well, because my other 2 I purchased more than 2 years ago, but IG-11 was definitely not 2 years ago, at least just yet. So Bandai, SH Figure Arts, and Diamond Select. Those are...
Yeah, in chat, a lot of Funko. I forgot about Funko.
Oh, Funko. Yeah, we have Funko. My girl still, and I like Funko, But I actually have stopped. I haven't bought a Funko in probably 2 years just because I once I really, really started buying more Black Series and Legends. Although a week ago we were on the Super Awesome Geek Show, was doing a charity stream raising money for his brother to help pay for cancer treatment, and Lily came down and they were auctioning off a Mary Poppins Funko, and she's like, "Daddy, I'd like to have that." And you can't say no to your 13-year-old daughter, so we bought her that Funko.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of Bandai, a lot of Lego, a lot of Sideshow, Hot Toys, of course, a lot of everything. There's a lot of everything going on in chat, so that's interesting to know. It's not just Black Series for a lot of people.
That's the life of a Star Wars collector, though.
True.
Yep. My 2 favorite Funko I have is I have Leia on the speeder bike from Return of the Jedi, and then I have Vader and Obi-Wan Funko that comes on a stand from the Death Star scene. Mm-hmm. Those are my 2 favorite Funkos I have.
Cool. All right. Moving on. This is a funny one. especially for us. How many Star Wars The Black Series items have you purchased in the last 2 years? Probably around 200, maybe.
All of them? Is almost all of them an answer?
Or maybe like 150. If there's like, what, 60, 70 figures a year?
Right,
Although I don't
right.
buy every single release.
Right.
I don't-
But
Probably
like-
over 100.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Without a doubt
Probably,
in my
yeah.
mind, especially for me, when I start considering my doubles, it's
Right.
And this is including like helmets, lightsabers, yada, yada.
right. Yeah, it's definitely hundreds for sure.
Yeah.
Without no question.
I don't have any helmets, and it's only because I know if I get one, then it's like I'll be cracked out, and then within 6 months I'll have 10. So that's why I've held out.
Mhm.
Yep. I can't tell you
Mitch is
how
saying 67.
many times since I've got my prototype Boba Fett helmet, I've hovered over the Black Series Mando helmet, just the add to cart. I'll be sitting there and I'm like, oh, let me do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I chicken out last minute.
Yes, Sir Halgad, at least 100. David Edge says 185 question mark. Nathan Woodward 75 or 100. Mr. Jetster says 200 plus.
Oh,
Albert says 50-ish. There's a pretty big variety here. Star Wars Collector 17. Mitch Allen says 67. I like how some of you know an exact number.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very specific. You know, I
Yeah.
tried on Action Figure 411. Like I'll go in waves where I do
Yeah.
a good job tracking it, and then I won't look at it for like 6-7 weeks. I'm like, oh, I got a little bit of time. Let me add some in there, and then you start. But it's like the horror at the same time when you see how many you actually have. You're
Dog Files 160.
Right. Yeah. It's like I don't keep track like that. I don't
Yeah, me neither.
count how many figures I purchase. I'm like, is it a cool character? Then I want it.
Mhm.
yeah.
Simple
Does
as
it
that.
does it bring me joy? Yeah.
Okay, there's one more base level question, and then it gets into like some really interesting stuff. So this next one, again, it kind of goes hand in hand, and I'm gonna have to explain this because like I didn't write it out verbatim because there's a 200 character limit on this. So which Star Wars The Black Series items have you purchased in the last years? And what they mean by this is it only 6-inch, or do you also collect the helmets, the titanium helmet series, the little helmets?
Yeah. I think I've got a Darth Vader over there of that, the titanium helmet.
The lightsaber. So like for me, I would say mainly 6-inch Black Series, but I also have, a Stormtrooper helmet. I have Darth Vader's lightsaber and Mace Windu's lightsaber, but mainly just the
Ooh, you got
main
Mace
6-inch
Windu's?
line. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Gold.
So
Moving
all
number
I
limits.
have for Black Series are just or all I have are 6-inch Black Series. So I won't. All right, I don't have any TBC.
Yep.
Nate?
For me, just TVC Black Series. I did get my first helmet. I don't have any lightsabers though. So
True.
The only one I have is we have two. That I built one, and my 13-year-old built one when we were at Galaxy's Edge.
nice.
Mhm.
Which, when you guys finally go, I can't recommend that experience enough, man. Like,
Oh,
I
I'm
that's-
doing that.
when you finally
Yeah.
ignite it and you built it yourself, and then I look over my 13-year-old and she's just in awe of hers, and like, what a cool dad-daughter moment for us. I loved it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember that video you made too.
That's 100% essential. When I go to Galaxy's Edge, you got to build a saber, right? You got to build.
You
one.
have to. I mean, so my daughter, I love both my daughters. They're just amazing. But they're supposed to do a DC trip, and we went to DC a few years ago and did a private tour with one of my best friends from college, who was the drummer in my band, and with his family. So we already did the full DC historic tour, and she's like, she goes, Dad, I know you don't want to go to that. She goes, can we just go to Disneyland together? Because it's not mandatory. And she's like, daddy-daughter trip. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I get out of going to the school trip to DC and we can go to Disneyland. I'm like, we're going in October.
Nice. Why would I say no to that?
Yeah. She was like approaching it like cautiously, like wondering what I was going to think. I'm like, yes, sold. Like, we're going.
Mhm.
Say less.
All right. So this next question is interesting because Hasbro almost kind of acknowledges scalping, maybe, sort of, kind of. What do you do? And it's multiple choice. What do you do with your Black Series toys after purchase? A, display them. B, play with them. C, store them for safekeeping. D, customize them. So I like that they also acknowledge the custom community.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
E, sell them. Flip them, Hasbro says. Flip that shit. Like, are you kidding me, Hasbro? What are you
Interesting.
thinking?
Oof.
So
Display
I would say
them.
A, B, and then C for me. And I think I say play for them, like toy photography is how I would play for them, play with them. So I would say A, B, and C for me.
Yep. I'd probably go A, B, D because I have customized a few. Just like, well, my last custom was my little repaint here of Bo-Katan, which you can't really tell. She looks exactly the same on camera. You got to have a nice HD crystal clear image to see the differences. But like, I darkened the belt. I hit her with a matte coat. I put like some like mud details on her helmet and stuff just to make her a little bit more dirty to fit with like the Mando aesthetic. But I do like customizing my figures. I haven't painted in a long time though. The Bo was the last figure I did any customizing on.
Yeah,
you know,
no
who's
E's
awesome
in
at
chat.
customs
No
is Vern. I don't know if you guys have seen. Vern does like really cool custom.
he's
He already made a black chrysanthemum that looks really good.
Yeah.
He does great, and he did Carson Teva after he first appeared, and then the actor who plays him like was retweeting it and everything. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Lefko says they should add a let them breathe. They should add photography, said Vicious. Yeah, a lot of A, B, C, D.
That'd be a good follow-up question. If you selected B, how do you play with them?
Where's the option for doing a review of it for your YouTube channel? You know, what I think they mean by C, though, is like storage bin level. Like, I'm storing them. Like, I'm putting them in storage. So that's what I think they mean for C. But yeah, for me,
that's how mine were all stored.
True.
I had a couple on my desk that were in box, you know, just to have like a couple neat things in the office. But yeah, they were all stored and tucked away.
Yeah,
the E's are hiding. Masterpiece.
I mean,
like I get selling figures down the line, but like to buy it and then sell it right away, I don't really understand that.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you want to be technical, yes, I have sold some Black Series figures.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But for me, it would be more like how I said I have an extra one, and I'll just trade you for something or sell to you what I paid for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that I think is fair. If you get extra, or you know what I mean, you're helping your friends out, but you're not gouging anybody. And
kind of like our little Captain America transaction. Or no, you didn't need Cap. That was Josh. That was Cap.
Yeah, Josh needed Cap.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. So now we're getting into some specific things. Some like, would you like? It's kind of like a what if sort of thing with the Black Series, and it's important to keep in mind that this next question, the figure exists now, but this was back in 2016. Imagine you are at your favorite retailer and you see a Black Series figure of Han Solo Bespin from The Empire Strikes Back for $24.99. Would you purchase this item? So Hasbro's kind of, they're seeing what they can get away with this question.
They were planning it out back then. Yeah.
Interesting. All the way back in 2016, they were planning to hit you with the $24.99 price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is interesting because the price right now is $22.99. So they're not even up to that proposed $24.99. So based on that alone, I'm going to say no. Because there's nothing special about. Granted, Bespin Han is like the best Han in the line, right?
Yeah.
But considering we're not even at that price yet, I'm gonna be like, no. But what if that was the only way you could get Bespin Han?
I mean,
well, GameStop has been charging $24.99 for 2 years for their GameStop exclusive, and I buy them. But at the same time, we also got Cal Kestis with 2 lightsabers, BD1, whatever that little animal, you know what I mean, the hood, and that was $29. Yeah, the boggling, and that was $29. So, but I've been paying $24.99 for Stormtrooper repacks for 3 years from GameStop. So
yeah, that is a fair point.
I want to say no.
Would you pay us
principle.
more for less?
I want to say no out of principle though, because that's a $5 price hike, and then instead of now for every $100 you spend, you're getting 4 figures versus 5, right? And that And if you collect as much as we do and the people watching do, that really stretches out. I mean, you're paying exponentially more over time, especially if you're buying 20, 30, 40, 50 figures a year.
Right. And maybe if it was like the Bespin Han that came with all the extras that was in like the Minox set, where he comes with the pointing finger.
Yeah. That's fair.
Comes with the respirator. But if it was just the plain Jane Bespin Han we got, no way. $25 is way too much for that. Even though it's a great figure.
But you're right. You know, if you wanted to charge me an extra $5, have it be accessory rich, and then that's a fair trade-off. But to have no accessories and just to raise the price. No. What's up, Mike?
Right. Good morning, Mike.
Mike. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we're getting a lot of no's in chat, but there are some people specifying if this was the only way to get that iteration of the character, I probably would. Right. It's kind of like the deluxe Boba Fett thing where it's like, it sucks that it's $31.49, but it's re-armored Boba Fett. So it's like, I'm going to have to do it, even though it's not, a deluxe figure. Mm-hmm. That's interesting, though. But I agree, no, because for a regular figure, we're not even at that price yet. Mm-hmm. Which, who knows? We might be soon. We have no idea.
Probably by summer. I mean.
So, yeah, there's a few more hypotheticals. Imagine you are at your favorite retailer and you see a Black Series figure of General Grievous from Revenge of the Sith for $39.99.
Oh,
would you purchase this item?
No.
If it was
not
the correct
for $40.
If it was the correct scale and he stood up.
Is that a yes from you, Nate?
Under those stipulations, it's a yes. But if it's the figure we have right now, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Dude, for $40, no. I mean, it would have, like, okay, if it's a correct scale and it's it's high end, super posable, super articulatable, and it comes with like 7 different lightsabers, and maybe you can open his chest. Right. And there's, you know what I mean? Like you could have some fun with it that way, but it would have to be like, how like people justify buying the SH Figure Arts or the Hot Toys because it's next level. So if they want to charge a premium, to me, that means you're getting into that next level market, but not $40 for the Grievous we got. No way.
All right. Zach from Black Series Cantina is in here. What's up, Zach? And he said, if it's the only way to get the figure, then yes. Unfortunately for my wallet.
Yeah,
looks
for
like
40.
Looks like we're getting a lot of no's.
Yeah, for $40, it would have to be like the definitive Grievous, like you were saying, Nate, like proper scale, which it isn't. Mm-hmm. The hilts, I'm pretty sure, aren't the hilts recycled? Like it wasn't even the right hilts. They were using like Kit Fisto's hilt or something.
Yeah, it's the incorrect hilts. He doesn't have the design on the cape. If you notice in episode 3, Grievous actually has like a insignia on the back of his cape. It's not on the Black Series figure. So it would have to be like that level of detail where like they put the symbol on the back of the cape. He's the correct scale and he stands up.
Yeah.
Like you saw how I have my Grievous displayed right now, Justin. I literally have him sitting down like he's sitting in a chair.
Yeah. My Grievous is lying on his back. I just went to look. He's just lying on his back. Yeah. Because if I walk down here and there's a little vibration, he just topples right over.
And so David Edge, shout out to David. He's been digging through the back catalog of Out of the Basement videos. So it's also been refreshing me. And I've been going back to watch our content. And I would still agree to this day, Grievous was on our worst Black Series figures of all time. And I would still put General Grievous on one of the.
I would still.
That's emphatic.
That was amazing.
I'm sorry, but I kind of hate that General Grievous figure. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
I had high expectations for it because I like visually Grievous is really cool. Like he's a really cool character. And, it was a letdown for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, don't go back and watch my review because I'm sure I was all goo goo gaga in the review. Like, oh, I finally have a General Grievous. This is the best thing ever.
Right. Yeah, and that was a deluxe figure. That was D1, right?
Yep, that was the very first deluxe
was that
figure.
$30?
It was okay. So it was $29.99 at first, and then like immediately right after that first like batch, they bumped it up to $34.99.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he was like, if you got Grievous when he very first came out, you paid $29 for it, but pretty much the second pressing, it was $35, and I think it's been offered at $35 ever since.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where my Revenge of the Sith collection would be totally incomplete without it, though.
Right.
You know,
right.
so it's like I have to have that in there. You know what I mean?
And I do have the Bandai model kit. I just have not put it together because I've just heard it's one of the most difficult model kits to put together. So I just haven't yet. And everyone says that is the Grievous for your collection.
Yeah,
Really?
I've been seeing some chat here.
So when you do a Bandai model, is it articulatable, or it's like a model and it just comes in the way it comes?
So you got it's snapped together, no glue, no nothing like that. But it is articulated in arm's reach. And chat's going to be angry at me because I still have not finished this. Here's my unfinished C-3PO. This is the Bandai model kit C-3PO. Look at that shine.
Wow,
Yeah, that's awesome.
How could you say no to that?
So how much is like a C like that one? How much was a C-3PO about?
So they vary in price depending on character. C-3PO is a little bit more expensive because he's all vac metaled. This was $29.99. But you get silver leg, you get gold leg, you get Salacious Crumb eyeball out of socket.
Really?
Yeah. So you can pose this C-3PO.
So it's slightly more than a Black Series, higher quality, and that's 6-inch scale.
Oh yeah. This where's a Black Series figure? Okay. Here's a Stormtrooper, Jedha Patrol. Perfect,
yeah, dude.
Perfect scale, in my opinion. I just got to finish the arms. I'm just a lazy bastard. That's all I can say.
Like you're like Chewie. Chewie couldn't finish him all at once, so he had to carry him around. You know what I mean? So you're honoring the plot of the movie.
But my advice to everyone, Big Bad Toy Store, if you're in the United States, is the best place to get Bandai model kits for their actual price. Because like Albert said, if you probably look anywhere that C-3PO, he says it's like $79, which some of the model kits do, like they skyrocket, but they're always in production. You just have to pre-order them and wait for them. And that's pretty much all it is. But I love the Bandai model kits. I mean, they're super light. They feel pretty fragile because they are hollow at the end of the day, but they are fairly articulated, and they're great for filling in those gaps in your Black Series collection. Cause I think like their droids are more properly scaled. I think, it's easier. You can buy a Clone Trooper model kit that not only comes with a Phase 1 helmet, but it comes with a Phase 2 helmet. So you can swap the head.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like things like that, that you don't get with Black Series figures, and they're pretty much affordable. So you just have to go on Big Bad, pre-order it, forget about it. They'll eventually show up at your doorstep
someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So this next question is interesting because this was when the 3 3/4-inch Black Series still existed. And it almost ties into TVC as well. So here it is. You see a Star Wars 3.75-inch figure with high amount of articulation, more than 20 points, in vintage packaging of Chewbacca from The Force Awakens for $14.99. Would you purchase this item?
Yeah.
Oddly specific. Do we know how many points of articulation TVC normally has?
Not off the top. Well, I do have. Here we go. I've got this. This is the Rogue One Stormtrooper here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish points of articulation on the Rogue One Stormtrooper.
So, like more than 20 in a 375. I feel like that's impressive.
That would be impressive.
I would love to see how he wouldn't look like a gangly mess of articulation.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if it was
mixed response,
if it was executed well, I would for sure.
So for me, it's a no, just because I don't collect TVC, but it's a double no because I refuse to buy anything associated with the sequel trilogy. So I just vote with my wallet on that one.
Because the Black Series had that like mascara around
Oh,
the eyes
true. Yeah, they
for the Black Series.
Chewie.
Force Awakens.
Chewie.
Yeah, I don't collect 375 either, so I'd say no. But I am very interested that they specifically say more than 20 points of articulation in a 375.
Because I think what this is related to was there was a 3.75 Dagobah Luke, I think, that came out after this that did have like 20 points of articulation, but that figure looked horrifying. It was a 3 3/4 figure, and he had double elbows, so his arms were like down to his ankles.
Grail 640. And that's where these questions coming from. Just curious. You must have maybe just joined. This is the official Hasbro Black Series customer survey from 2016. So we're kind of going back to 2016, answering these questions and seeing kind of how this shaped the line and if they responded to any of the feedback that they got.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a random question, but
let me share my screen real quick. I want to show this horrifying Dagobah Luke, this TVC Dagobah Luke.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny. It'll be a second.
I mean, can you share your screen? Oh, yeah. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Look at this thing. Look at those double elements. This is the TVC Dagobah Luke. Oh, it's from 2014. So this
it's black. It's 3 3/4 inch Black Series.
So this is before that question. So never mind. But look at those double elbows. How horrifying does this Luke look? Like the proportions are terrifying on this.
Buff Luke. Oh man.
It's like John Cena's Luke. Oh, dude.
Oh my God.
That's awful. Oh my God.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Luke, are you okay, man?
Luke's been heavy on the spice.
Holy crap.
Luke's got diphtheria.
Jesus. Whew. Jay Meza says, I have that figure, and Nate is correct. It is terrifying. I'm glad we got that, man. That was great.
That thing has always haunted my dreams. I used to see it in the stores all the time. And I'd always be like, who thought this was a good idea? Like, it looks so bad.
Yeah, that was not cool, man. All right. How much?
It was worth it. It was worth the bit.
Oh, it was worth it. It was worth it. How much do you, on average, how much do you pay for Black Series 6-inch figures?
Retail price, $22 to $24.99, I'd say.
I got lucky, like retail, but then sometimes you get lucky and there's a sale at GameStop where they're 15. Yeah. Target, I actually bought a whole wave of them, which hasn't shipped yet, where it was spend $100 to get $20 off. So that was a good buy there. But yeah, typically retail. You don't really find stuff on sale unless it was a peg warmer. Same with Legends.
Yeah. So, dude, have you ever paid over aftermarket for a Black Series figure? If so, what was it and how much?
I
guess technically you did pick up that prototype Boba Fett that I sent you the link for.
I got the prototype Boba at 20. What was that? It was 29.
Yeah.
Or 30. So if anything, it was like that, whereas like maybe $5-6 more. I've never really splurged. The only thing I ever overpaid on was the Iron Patriot, and that was because that thing became scarce and got like crazy high, and I saw it for $35 and I grabbed it, but it was really because I needed the Build-A-Figure piece because I wanted Dude Thor.
Yeah, most people are saying anywhere between 20 and 25. The most I've ever paid for a regular release was like 36 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the classic Sand Troopers.
Well, before I purchased the Shadow Squadron 2-pack set, that is the most I've spent on a Black Series figure set. But as far as like a single figure goes, I think I paid like $35 for the Purge Trooper when that was super hard to find. The original Purge Trooper, not the Electro Staff one. Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah, retail. Never really overpay. Never really support the aftermarket.
personally.
I mean,
Next
sometimes
question.
I've gone on eBay, but I'll get like I've gotten figures, but they were not like I always get them like at retail, or maybe if it's something I miss, maybe no more than like $5 over. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah.
I'm just not up for. I'll just wait because they'll re-release it at some point. If it was, like I totally biffed on Emperor Palpatine in the throne. I'm not paying crazy price for it. Was the
It'll
pain
come
is real
back.
on that.
Yeah,
But that's what I thought. With the Return of the Jedi anniversary coming next year, I'm hoping for a nice re-release of that.
That's why, like, we always try to stress to everyone, it's like Hasbro re-releases everything. You might have to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years for it,
but it'll come back. Yeah,
but it will come back around, and that applies to Black Series, Marvel Legends.
I mean,
right. Or think about something like Yellow Suit Wolverine. Granted, I know the new one coming out has like cell shading on it, but it's still Yellow Suit Wolverine. So it's I missed Yellow Suit Wolverine, and I saw that, and I punched pre-order so hard.
Yeah. And
Jubilee too. That Jubilee figure is going to be awesome.
I have those figures, but like just my love of 90s X-Men, and those come in the VHS boxes. I was like, I had to. I got those immediately.
That is nostalgia to the maximum for me.
Yep.
Nice. All right. This next question, interesting because it has to do with like their original deluxe releases that they did after this survey. So it was like the Commander Gree. That was a deluxe figure, $24.99 at Toys R Us.
Back in the day.
Praetorian Guard from like Amazon was like a $24.99, and I think it was a result of this question here. How much do you value each of the following? A, high quality deco, so paint details. B, high quality soft goods. C, multiple accessories, meaning more than 2. D, high quality sculpt. E, high quality packaging. And F, articulation. For me, I'm going to go A. I mean, B. I love soft goods when it's done right, so I'm going to throw in B. I love accessories, so I love C. The sculpt, I love the sculpt. The packaging is probably the one where I'm like, I don't mind that much at all about the packaging.
If it got to the
it depends.
Yeah.
Like, is it like a retro card that you want to keep and display? Like this, I don't like if you're doing an archive, like this is great because I just want to, what I mean? Who cares? Because I bought this to open, right? But like the retro card versions, I like that a lot. Now the new box versions I think are great, but I like them. But yeah, I wouldn't have as much value on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's pick like the one that we care most about.
Ooh.
So like whether it's paint apps, details, soft goods, accessories, sculpt. I want to say sculpt, and I want to say A and D because it has to look good on shelf.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you worry about accessories. Then I worry about articulation.
Yeah. I could agree with that because I do love articulation to death. Don't get me wrong, but I have so many Black Series figures that once they're on the shelf, they're basically in a vanilla pose.
Right.
So I care about how they look. So yeah, I think I would agree with that. I care about the deco. I care about the sculpt above everything.
Deco, sculpt, and then I like accessories just because when you have such a lack of them, I think like it's being a focus on how skimpy the accessories are. Like Cyclops, and I know this is Legends, not Black Series, but Cyclops not coming with a laser beam out of his visor. You know what I mean? So I think accessories are important, and it can take the figure to another level because when you get really cool ones, like it makes it more fun, and then you can switch your displays. Like so, for example, with that C-3PO. You have the head you were saying, and then you have the head where Salacious rips out the eye, right? So like you can switch up and make your displays living and change them over time. So I do value that too.
Yeah.
I would be curious to see the like official results that Hasbro had compiled.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because starting in 2020, the articulation of the Black Series went insane mode with the deep cut elbows, the butterfly joints on like every figure, and the joint was hidden with the single knee, but it still gives you great range. The single jointed elbow with the hinge and the butterfly actually gives you better like aiming down the sights articulation on those stormtroopers and the clone troopers. So I'm interested to see like how many people said articulation as like their number one, because in my opinion, that's where the line went, was articulation went crazy. I think the figures look great, obviously with like photoreal, because like photoreal wasn't around in 2016. So like that goes with high quality deco.
That makes a big difference, like the photoreal.
Yeah.
Big difference. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it doesn't work for every figure that, gets the archive treatment, gets the photoreal update, but I would say for the most part, photoreal has been such a game changer for Black Series.
Yeah.
Oh, totally, dude.
But like the re-release of Han Solo, Farm Boy Luke, like those figures still look like trash, even with photoreal.
Yeah, Zach from Black Series Cantina is saying definitely didn't go in the accessories direction like Marvel Legends. I would agree to a point, but we've also been getting these like random little, every once in a while we'll get a release that just has like tons, and like I'm like, oh, I would have never thought this would come with it. So it's like maybe they're trying to hit all of these, but it's like they can't. I mean, that's how a company operates. They're asking you like, what do you value the most, and then so they can like cut corners on other things and priorities.
Yeah. Where can we cut corners and what do we need to focus on to charge more is basically what it is. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think I agree with what everyone is saying. Like at the end of the day, it has to look cool on your shelf. I think that's just the number one priority, is looking cool on your shelf. So yeah. And as a result of this question, I believe that is what spawned like their little experiment with those like that initial deluxe line of like Commander Gree was deluxe because of the paint, because of the camouflage. That first order Stormtrooper that came in like that big box, and it had all of the first order Stormtrooper accessories, and it had like the turret thing and everything. So that's always a little interesting, like Black Series experiment.
And there was the sequel trilogy figures, the Kylo Ren, the Rey, and the Luke that came with a display base, soft goods.
Yeah, that's the next question, actually.
It wasn't photoreal, but it was like a highly detailed painted face.
Yeah, that's interesting you bring that up, because that has to do with this question now. Now, assume Hasbro was able to add an additional feature to the Black Series. Rank the following additional features in order of preference. A, props larger than current accessories. B, environmental bases. And C, electronics. Which goes hand in hand with those centerpieces that another weird small Black Series experiment was those centerpieces that was, Nate has one there. Which is an environmental base and electronics.
So it's
like they must have tried that out as a result of this survey.
I think it's really cool, but I don't know.
Like
I don't know how much I value it. Although looking at that's really neat.
I really like this piece. The thing that they really messed up on is they shouldn't have included a pre-posed statue. It should have just come with a figure. Because
so it's just a statue.
Yeah, because hold on, I don't want to lose. This is also my storage tray for Poop Troops Luke's communicator. But it includes the display base has peg holes for Black Series figures. So you could peg in your snow troopers and all of that good stuff to make it like a little display here. But yeah, they did one with like Darth Vader, Rey and Kylo, and this Luke one here. But yeah, Luke's just a statue. So
I think you're right. If they had something like that as deluxe, that was an environmental or like a large accessory, but it was a figure, that would be interesting to me for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the throne, like give like the Emperor's throne room, but give me like the background with the circle like window, the Empire style window, and then give me a couple Praetorian guards with it, and then his throne, and then lightning effects.
Right.
And then give me a second Palpatine head or Sidious head that is like lightning, like it's in like how we remember how you got the Vader one that has like the lightning helmet. Give me the Palpatine head that's got lightning kind of running through him with those effects. That would be really cool, because then I could pose Vader, holding him up like that. I think that would be neat.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be great because yeah, that Vader, I mean, was essentially a pointless figure until we got Throne Room Emperor that actually came with Force Lightning hands. Because for the
Yes.
longest time, you're like, I just have this Darth Vader with a purple head.
And it's cool. I kept mine in box. I love that figure. It just looks so cool in the box. I have it up in my office.
Yeah, but I would say as far as this ranking goes, I would honestly just go ABC.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people in chat are putting ABC. I do see, Han Shot first says BAC. Ivan is saying ABC.
J Martin, we mean like light up features, like that kind of electronics,
Or
give
sounds,
me-
I guess.
right?
Give me a Minoc, a large Minoc that I can stick to my DTOF with a suction cup.
Yes, that would
Like,
be
that
awesome.
would be really cool. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, are we ready to move on then?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wrote here for final 2 questions, go to website because it's too big. And this is this will blow your mind because, well, let me just show you. So, like I said, you can find the original link to take this Hasbro survey, but it doesn't work because, it was back in 2016. But you can find this article from New Nerd World Problems. I was trying to find the name of the author because this is just an article of a person who answered the questions. So you can see like some of the questions that I left out.
Hey, look, there's the C-3PO right there.
Yeah. So for the last 2 questions, I had to go to the website because it's just so big. So this is going to blow your mind. This is the most interesting part of the whole thing right here. Okay. Bear with me as I get through all this. How interested would you be in purchasing any of the following possible new Black Series figures? Remember that this was 2016. Padme Amidala, Mace Windu, Figrin Dan, which is coming up in the next wave here in 2022.
Yes,
Ponda
please.
Baba.
Yes.
And again, this is official Hasbro options. Like Hasbro is giving you these options. Bespin Han, Princess Leia Hoth, Dengar, Forlom, Lando Calrissian, the Skiff Guard Lando.
Skiff Guard. I love that Lando.
Bib Fortuna, which we are just now getting.
Yep.
Luke Skywalker Endor, Admiral Akbar, Ewok, Captain Ethano, which is the red guy from Force Awakens, and
Bodhi Rook.
Bodhi.
We could have got Bodhi back in the day. It's your fault. Although now we got him with photoreal, so it's like everything works.
Chopper.
Yeah, Chopper.
The
General
Chopper is a fun
Grievous.
figure because it has the blast off effect too.
Yep.
Yeah. Dewback.
A Dewback. Heck yeah.
Gamorrean Guard.
I see what's coming.
And oh my goodness, back in 2016, they were already thinking about doing the Rancor. I saw this. I was like, whoa, like,
Wow.
I don't know. That's just so
Makes
crazy.
you wonder how
applying that
are
to
they
today.
planning? Like right now, are they planning out for 2018? Or I'm sorry, for 2028?
Right.
Like how far out are they planning?
Right. But the cool thing about this is a lot of these figures ended up coming out.
Right.
And so we could almost see the reaction to this poll. And it's like, oh, so we didn't get Bodhi Rook because not that many people chose Bodhi on this survey, maybe. And it's like how we got these figures in like the chronological order that we got them in. So we got Lugga Beast, Rathtar, Saw Gerrera, Moroff, okay, big white furry thing in Rogue One, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, right here. Other.
I'd love a figure of that.
Yeah, so
that's just a badass looking character. Same thing with, even though, whatever about the sequel trilogy, but the Captain Ethano, is that his name?
Yeah.
Just a badass design.
It's a cool looking figure.
100%.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool looking figure, but just we have a policy in my house.
Yeah. It really puts it in perspective how this survey played out, because we ended up getting Bespin Han, Hoth Leia, like Dengar, Forlon. We got that relatively soon after this survey. But like figures that are coming out today in 2022, like Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna, yeah.
You know, we just got Luke in 2020.
Akbar was last year, right?
Yeah. Bodhi, like Bodhi just came out, so maybe the reaction to Bodhi on the survey was actually pretty low, and that's why they, you know, held off on it for so long.
Yeah.
And again, I just can't believe Rancor. Like they were thinking about it way back then.
Yeah. And and like you said though, we've got almost every single thing on this list.
Yeah, right. Gamorrean Guard. We are getting Saw pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any.
Which version are we getting there? Are we getting Rogue One or are we getting Rebels?
I think it's Rogue One. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Rogue One to go with the crew.
Just to go with Rogue One.
Yeah.
But we got the.
And I think that makes a more interesting looking figure too, with all the Vaderish stuff on him.
Yeah. He's kind of the more cybernetic look, but
yeah,
it's crazy to see that list and to see how many of these
figures
we've got. But it's also crazy because if you think about it in terms of how people responded to this survey, so you have to imagine the characters people wanted the most came out first. So it's like really no one wanted Figrin or Bib or Bodhi. Like that's what kind of blows my mind is a lot of these figures were like 2020 figures. And it's like really no one wanted these? Like to me, yeah, I'm like all day. I'm like,
what if the super obvious ones they already had in production?
Yeah.
And the other ones were they staged like because that makes me question like how long in advance do they plan the molds and you know, is it years and years in advance where they're doing that?
So Commander Marsh.
Hey Commander. Yeah, it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, Zach brings up a good point about open communication. Like, I almost can't believe this survey was a thing. Like, imagine getting a survey today from Star Wars The Black Series from Hasbro. And something on the nose like this, like, hey, what characters do you want to see? Here's a list of a variety of characters throughout the whole saga, and just let us know what characters you want. Like, imagine if they did that today. So it's kind of a testament to how... how far they've gone.
If it was a survey today, they'd be like, which accessory do you want us to take out of the package?
Yeah. That is true, Albert. By that logic, the Rancor got few votes back then. To be fair, though, that I wonder how long they had that in production. Like, because, you know, with 45 points of articulation, that takes a lot of engineering and...
And there's also the Spectre creative video where he provides pretty compelling evidence that the Rancor prototype they showed back then was supposed to be like a feeler. Like, oh, maybe if enough people are like, I want that 6-inch Rancor, we'll put it out.
Oh, we have a super chat. Magic Book of Horror, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think it's worth getting a Boba Fett to go with my Black Series Caravan? Survey butchered his name. Do you think it's worth getting a Boba Fett? I mean, yes. Get that Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Yeah, or do you mean like one of the new ones? What do you mean exactly, Magic? What do you mean exactly?
So I would say if you are only getting one Boba Fett, I would get the Return of the Jedi Boba with all the accessories.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Easily the best Boba Fett that they've released. Jeff Miller, why does it take years for Star Wars figures, but Marvel has a whole line out for movies sitting on shelves for 2 months before said movie even releases?
Maybe different licensing rights, or who, you know, even though it's all owned by Disney, maybe, you know, they're separate.
It's a combination of a great many things. One of the main things being Marvel Legends, you can get much more reuse out of because a lot of the characters are in skin tight uniform costumes. Right. Versus Star Wars, there's just more of like, it's almost like every character has to be a different sculpt unless it's like a trooper or, you know, one of those characters.
We also see that backfire a lot with Marvel Legends, though, where they have to circle around a few years later to give you the movie accurate design.
And Eternals is peg warming too. So.
They just did that with almost every single MCU figure. They literally
did it. They re-released all these. Yeah. Like this whole, but that makes me think that they got like concept art
Right.
and
It's
threw it
exact-
out there. And
it's
then
exactly
once
what
it's
it is.
released, then they made it movie accurate. I mean,
Right.
but the Infinity Saga,
Mhm.
I ended up buying all these except for the Rescue Captain Marvel and I think one other, but I got every one of them because these are so well done.
Yeah.
But that's the question. Was it purposeful? Like, did they just release it quick on concept art and then part of their business revenue strategy is then to, release them 2 years later and make them movie accurate?
Well, right, because you're essentially a lot of collectors, especially people like us, will buy a figure again if it is the more accurate version, even if it's the same design. So,
Well, look
And we
how
saw
cool
that with
this
those
one-
Bad
the gold
Batch
suit
figures.
Iron Man. Like
Right.
this one was awesome, and then you got the vents that lift up in the back.
yeah, I think it's just, and we see it in Black Series too, like you were saying, Justin, the concept art effect.
Bad
right,
Batch, yeah.
right here, concept art effect.
No binos, no pauldron. Well,
Yep.
it has binos and it shouldn't, and then it doesn't have the pauldron.
Right. So I feel, who's to say in a few years from now we don't get Bad Batch Rex again with the accurate helmet? So
Yeah. And I would also like to add that having figures come out with a form of media doesn't always work. And historically, at least for the few years that I've been collecting, well, actually almost a full decade now, but it backfires all too often. We saw it with the entire sequel trilogy in Star Wars back in those red and black box. I know I always bring this up, but those figures were released with the films and they peg warmed for like 3-4 years. The Rogue One figures, the sequel trilogy figures, and we see it in Marvel Legends as well, with Eternals released with the film, Shang-Chi released with the film, and they peg warmed, and Eternals is peg warming. So it's not always the best. But I know Spider-Man is different, but
I think Eternals is peg warming because of the reception to that movie. Because like after watching that movie, I was like, I have no desire for any of those figures.
Yeah,
but that's the risk that they take when they like do an entire wave with the current media.
Right.
But I also see the other side of that, where it is annoying that we're still catching up with the looks of Boba Fett from The Mandalorian season 2. So like we're just now getting Tython a year from now. A year.
It's not even coming out this year.
It's not even coming out this year, yeah. Tython Jedi Ruins, that is, not Tython Robes. So that's why they call it different, because Boba Fett Tython is the Tusken Robes.
Right.
Because in the episode of Figure It Out, we're like, why don't they just call it Tython? But I forgot that the Tython Boba Fett already exists. It's just before he got the armor. But it is annoying that we're still catching up on all of those looks on Boba Fett after Mandalorian season 2. So I see both sides.
Obviously it makes sense. You got to strike while the iron's hot. No one denies that. But at the same time, like, I'm of the mindset where I would just wait a little bit longer if the figure was more accurate. That wouldn't bug me. But
because Star Wars is relevant all the time.
But obviously, on the grand scheme of things, clearly a lot of people don't think that way. They see something on the TV and then they go, I gotta go to the store and I need it.
Yeah, but, I think you're right as well.
Like for me, I would personally I would have rather waited to get this Rex and have him look exactly like how he does in Bad Batch, rather than this weird concept version that they made out of cake frosting.
Because even a year from now, you're not going to be like, oh, I don't like Bad Batch anymore. Right. So it all comes back to our original video that we made when we responded to some other YouTubers, when it's like relevancy in Star Wars doesn't matter. I mean, we're buying all these original trilogy figures 40, 45 years after the movie has been out. It's timeless. Star Wars is timeless, classic. Like, I'm always going to want a Stormtrooper. I'm always going to want a battle droid. It doesn't have to be like a 40th anniversary of something for it to be relevant again. So if they want to do Gar Saxon from Clone Wars Season 7 or something, I'm not going to go, well, that was back in 2020, so I don't like it anymore. No, give me Clone Wars Season 7 Gar Saxon.
Well, and I like as time goes, like, initially you launch the most obvious main characters, but then as time goes on, you get the side characters, and that allows you to build up your scene you can build in your display. And to me, that I love having the side characters. It enriches it for sure.
Yeah. What's up, balls?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I mean, Zach, that's true. I mean, they make more money because it's like down the road, they're going to release the more accurate version. And it's like,
I think it's purposeful. I think it's purposeful. 100% purposeful.
I could definitely see that to a certain degree. Absolutely. Oh yes. Speaking of Night Brother, dude, how's your Night Brother pre-order? Still hanging in there?
Still knocking on wood, but yeah, still hanging in there.
Nice.
So I had the Boba Fett carded Target exclusive canceled, which really chapped me for sure, man. I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah. What's surprising is, so I tweeted about my Night Brother getting canceled, and I got a random response, like a DM from GameStop customer care. They offered me like a really insightful explanation, and then on top of that, they were like, "Oh, and here's a $15 gift card just because."
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't take away the fact that you ghost canceled both of my Night Brothers, but yeah, I was like, okay,
at least it's something. Like, it's a nice gesture. Yeah, it's a nice gesture.
And it actually was like a human responding to me, and they were like, we hope you get the figures. They were literally like, oh. So I thought that was a nice little update that they were like, here's $15. So
yeah. All right. Last question.
All right.
I thought that question was the most like interesting out of all this, but this is the final question of the survey. Again, at the time, shown below is the current packaging style for Black Series 6-inch figures. So at the time, it was the red and black box. Which of the following best describes your opinion on the future of Black Series packaging? A, I would like to keep current packaging until 2017, then release a new packaging and restart collector numbers at 1 for the launch of Episode 7 product. Oh, God. I would like you to keep current packaging, B, I would like you to keep current packaging until 2019, then release new packaging and restart collector numbers at 1 for the launch of Episode 9 product. Or C, I would like you to keep current packaging forever and allow collector numbers to continually increase. Or D, you don't have a preference. This is interesting because they did none of that. They did they kept it for a very long time. Is it what they go up to? 112 or 113?
Yeah, it was something
in
like
red
that.
and black box.
Yeah.
And then they ultimately switched to the Galaxy packaging in 2020, which has been mostly positive reaction, but some people are mad that it's harder to actually store them. It's harder to display them because of the slanted box, kind of similar like Marvel Legends has like a slanted angle for the box.
I like
this thing. All should be on card backs. I don't know about that.
I like the visual on the red and black box was fine, but I wasn't attached to it. Now for storage and because it's just a rectangle, right? So it's easier to store. I do visually appreciate the new packages and how there's different coloring, and the art on the side I think looks really nice. But then it comes at, like you're saying, it comes at the cost of displayability and storability. So I think, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of how big the Marvel Legends boxes are and that it's angled on the sides. I like the way the Infinity Saga boxes came, like just straight rectangles.
Yeah.
I think I visually I preferred that. Open them up. There you go.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think red and black box has better storability. It's better for storage because it's just a rectangle.
Yeah.
But that's really, to me, I just really don't care about the packaging. I show it off in the review, I take the figure out, and then I never think about the packaging ever again. So,
that's true. But you keep your packages, right?
Yeah, I do. Of course. I unless it's a blister card. If it's on card back and I open it and destroy it, I throw that away. But I like
the card backs the best for display. Like, I think they display the best, and they look, and you can hang them on the wall the easiest. And part of it is just nostalgia. That's what the toys look like when I was younger. So that's why I have an attachment to it.
Right. Yeah, and I do like, retro. I've got carded stuff behind me too, but like if it was total carded, like I'd be like, man, it's a little bit of a bummer. I like that we have both. We have collector friendly, and then we also have card back stuff. I like having both.
And again, when you're doing an archive, make it basic like this, just so you can rip it open and get
right.
Because really, at that point, that's what you're getting it for.
Right.
So I think these serve their purpose perfectly.
Absolutely, because it's not like the packaging is super interesting on the archive, so you don't feel bad as like you wouldn't feel the same as if you like ripped open, your ceremony Leia on the Power of the Force card back.
Yeah, and I couldn't do that. I physically couldn't do that.
Yeah. And even like what Zach was talking about, even when Hasbro goes full cardboard, which is going to happen, if you look at the new Fortnite figures, that is going to be the packaging for all Hasbro figures going forward. It's only a matter of time. The only thing,
and look at the VHS 90s X-Men figures.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about that is you can't really check the paint apps very well anymore.
Right, especially with the brow on those stormtroopers. Some of them are messed up.
So the Fortnite figures, you can see like the face and like the upper chest, and then the rest of it is in cardboard. So you can see some of the figure, but it's not all of the figures. And they also need to fix how with those Fortnite figures, they just throw the guns randomly in the packaging. So like you can open the bottom flap and the accessories will just fall out. So it's super easy to steal.
I really like these. And you can, if their goal is to eliminate plastic, I get it. And I have no issue with it. But I like, you can lessen the window here, you know what I mean? And just have like a little bit of plastic and probably greatly reduce it. But I like this, how it opens like a book. So you can display it like this. You have it's easy to store. You can have these all in a row on a side. So I'm a proponent of this, but I'm with you. I kind of want to see what it looks like.
Right. Yeah. Especially, if it's obviously buying online, you're never going to be able to check paint apps, but the off chance you find it in stores and there's more than one, it's like, heck yeah, I'm checking paint.
You want to find the best. You're going to look and get the best version. Yeah.
Yep. As we all know, all paint apps are not created equal.
Yep. But that's it. That was the Black Series survey from 2016. I think they took that information and listened to some of it, of what I think the response was. I think they definitely went in a articulation direction over sculpt, because as we can see with like figures like Boss, which is a clone commando, and they didn't give him a new sculpt for a clone commando. But I think they kind of did a balance of everything, because some releases do have a little bit more articulation, some releases do have more accessories, some releases has like a really good surprisingly new sculpt, like Cad Bane or something. So I think it was for the better. I think the golden age of Black Series was like, it started in 2020. I think it's going strong into 2022 if a lot of these regular waves actually release this year. And I think
at least in terms of figure quality and how they look and how they feel. Distribution and all that's a different story.
Distribution and egregious amounts of exclusives, prices, and everything. Absolutely. But as far as the figures and variety, articulation, paint, and everything, I think it's gotten significantly better, especially compared to 2016. So, yeah, big fans of the line. And I really enjoyed doing the 2016 survey.
This was interesting. And I love the line. And that's where the frustration comes from, because I would like to give Hasbro or their, vendor, whoever's distributing it, my money, and then have the package arrive in a reasonable manner and have it arrive in like how I opened my GameStop today. That should be a standard practice. You have bubble on the bottom, bubble on top, it's in mint condition. It looks great. And because then what happens is you have something that literally is just supposed to bring, like, this just brings joy, right? That's what, it's supposed to make you happy, but then you're frustrated because you can't find it, or your order gets canceled, or it's an exclusive and it's gone in 30 seconds, but then they're all up on eBay for 2 to 3 times the price, right? Like the the Venom Spider-Man figure that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Like I couldn't even sniff, that figure was gone before I even got on there in a minute.
Yeah.
And like, that is one of the ones I wanted the most out of that. And now I'm like, well, I'm going to have an incomplete Spidey wave, just, you know, and I refuse to pay $60 to Pulse just for the opportunity to order it when they put it up for Pulse members, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So, so it's like, it's something that should bring joy, but they add a lot of consternation and frustration to it. And that's where, like, now I'm thinking, do I, and I have, like, that Walmart Boba I'm absolutely not buying that. Like, I'm not even going to try. Like, I'm voting with my wallet on that. But then that's where I went and I bought the Sideshow Dude, you know, and I'm looking at, there's a Hulkbuster, man, I forget the brand. It's a Hulkbuster, and it opens up and it has Iron Man Mark 44.
Yeah.
Iron Man that comes in. No, it's 250 for 6-inch scale, but it's like, but that I'm like you with the helmet. I keep hovering over it, and I'm like, oh, I really want this. I really want this. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, do I do more high end stuff and less Hasbro stuff this year, and maybe have less consternation? You know, like, I'm at the point where I'm debating how much do I really want to go in on Hasbro at this point because of all the frustrations. Because there's enough stress in just general life in the world. I don't want to add more to something that's supposed to be a hobby.
Right.
Yeah.
And that absolutely makes sense. But yeah, I do agree, Jonathan. They should do another one of these.
Yeah, absolutely. They should.
Yeah.
Because I would say, for the most part, if we look at the survey, a lot of this stuff was implemented or came true, for better or for worse. So,
yeah. And especially, you know, post Rancor status, they should definitely do another one. I'm very interested to see, which, by the way, there is a Hasbro Fan First Wednesday coming up on this Wednesday. So definitely mark your calendar for this Wednesday, February 9th, and check that out. We'll be covering that on this upcoming episode of Figure It Out on Friday the 11th. So I wanted to throw that in there because I know I put it in the thumbnail just to kind of announce, like, hey, they're doing another live stream this Wednesday where they will be revealing more product and pre-orders and yada yada.
We'll see. And I think there's a new team member, so that could be interesting. I've never recognized an Emily being a part of the Star Wars team as far as I can recall. So I'm like, oh, there's a new team member. So maybe we are going to see like a little cycling of a couple people that were on the Star Wars team.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a Star Wars team that actually love and understand Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Zach?
Answer your question real quick. I would say Wave 32 is pretty much confirmed.
They'll probably
Omega.
They'll show the pipeline figures as like real figures, I would imagine.
Dark Trooper.
Yeah. I would love to see
that.
that.
Give me a Dark Trooper.
It's heavily rumored. It's a confirmed rumor.
Right.
I'm excited about Rosario Dawson Ahsoka. I really enjoy her interpretation of Ahsoka, and obviously the scene. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it. Spoiler alert, but just fantastic. I want that figure so bad.
Yeah. We'll jump into a little Mando talk here in a second. Zach asked if any of us have had luck with the Arvala 7 Mando. It's been popping up at Target, but selling out instantly. Yeah, another fantastic pre-order experience, Hasbro. Thanks.
I'm not even trying. I'm skipping.
Neither am I.
Yeah,
I mean, how many Din Djarin's, man?
There's
gonna be 7 at this point, and $37 for it plus tax. Yeah. It's a $40 figure for him and a Grogu in a carriage.
Yeah. I think it was a massive mistake. They included all the other accessories for that scene and then didn't give him the vibro knife. Really? I watched Mike K's review of it, and I didn't like him saying that it feels like an eraser. That scared me away from the figure. I was like, ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Like, I think if I say this with everything, if I find it in store, that's a different story, but I'm not going after this one. I'm not, especially after watching Mike Case's review. I'm like, I really don't want to pay $36 plus shipping for a figure that feels like an eraser. And he shows in the video, like he bends Mando's wrist like on the regular figure. Solid, doesn't move. He goes to the Arvala 7 one, and it seriously bends like an eraser. Like it's very like gummy, it looks like.
Weird.
Oof.
But I just think, like, I have the original Mando armor, and then I have the Beskar armor with the Mudhorn. And how many more Mandos do I need?
Yeah.
Right. I want to see for myself, and I want to feel it for myself, like how the new paint app technology they used on it is, but that's it. So I'm not crazy about the Arvala 7 one. I have the Snowy Mando on pre-order though. So call me a hypocrite, I guess, because it's the same. It's the same thing.
The channel.
Yeah.
For the channel.
That's my bulletproof shield on everything. It's for the channel.
It's for the good of the channel, man. Yeah.
I got to get that review. Ping, ping. And that's
look,
deflecting.
dude, thousands of people are counting on you reviewing that figure, man. You're doing it for all of us. It's an act of selflessness.
Exactly. It's a tax write-off. Just kidding. It's not. Insane Goon asked, did you guys pick up the George Lucas Stormtrooper? Hell yeah.
Yep.
I got pre-ordered it for sure.
Yep.
All right. So you guys want to talk Book of Boba Fett? I know we're about to hit the 3-hour mark, so we're getting deep into the weeds here, but
getting hungry, boys. But we gotta talk about Book of Boba.
I'm in if you guys are in. I'd love to talk. I'd love to talk with you guys about this. Yeah.
We cannot skip this week's discussion on Book of Boba Fett. There's no way humanly possible. So let's cut it off right now, folks. If you have not watched Book of Boba Fett episode 6, spoilers incoming. We are holding nothing back. So
it's spoilers plural. Like,
yes, there is so much. Yes. There's almost nothing you can mention in this episode that would not be considered a spoiler. So spoilers. Book of Boba Fett episode 6 spoilers. You have been warned. Thank you for watching. If you have not watched it, we appreciate you stopping by this week. But now it is time for Book of Boba Fett spoilers. Let's jump into it. Dude, oh my God.
I don't even know where to begin. Like, I legit
I was going insane.
Yes.
We describe it in the friend group as like sensory overload.
Yes.
So it's kind of like possible. I've been taking Kiwi, my dog, my puppy, to obedience school, like puppy school. Mm-hmm. And it's like when she gets in there and there's like a puppy school going on, then there's like other dog level courses going on. And it's like sensory overload. And she's like barking, growling, crying. Like she wants to go touch everything, sniff everything, play with everything. That's literally how I was feeling when I was watching this episode. It was like sensory overload. I was like, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. Oh,
yeah. It was seriously, it was just one thing after another, just boom, boom, boom. And you're like, it can't get any better. It can't get any better.
I know.
It can't get any better. Right. It can't get any better.
Right. Dude, and here's the thing is there's a difference between just throwing things in there that people want to see, you know what I mean, versus having a story and it being well written. Right. And so this gave us all that. And I think the easiest thing to say is seeing Luke train a Padawan. I've waited to see that since 1983. Mm-hmm. And when they first announced the sequel trilogy, you know, that's where, in my mind, it should have started off with him in the temple training Padawans. And then, of course, something bad has to happen, right? Otherwise, there's not a story. And we got robbed of seeing Luke and Leia as Jedi Masters. And the whole sequel trilogy started with our 3 main heroes depressed and separated, right? And which to me just, was a miss. But like, to me, this, like seeing that, I literally was like, I've waited since I was 6 years old to see Luke train somebody as a Jedi Master. And him retelling the lessons he learned from Yoda was just, I was like, it was so amazing to see that, man.
Yeah.
I was just like, he's walking around with Grogu and I'm like, I wonder if he's going to tell him about Yoda. And then he starts telling him about Yoda. And I'm just like, okay. Like it felt so weird it was almost like getting exactly what you wanted, but it wasn't like obnoxious fan service. It was earned and it made sense from a storytelling perspective. And also just how much better did Luke look this time around? Still not
looked great.
perfect.
But that's okay.
Still not perfect, but holy crap.
To me, it's a trade-off.
For the record, I still, just a personal thing, I support actors. I don't support digital renderings of people because it's almost like replacing people. Dr. Sleep recasted Jack from The Shining. It's amazing. It's a good example. I'm trying to think of the other example I had.
I think,
but I'm a fan of recasts because you can reflect the emotion of a real human.
So I think ultimately for long term, if they do stuff with Luke and a Jedi Academy, I think that's fair. But I also think we did not get to see Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy. So and Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. So I think for this, having it be Mark Hamill, it's making up for the sequel trilogy, because to me that wasn't Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker would not have quit, and he wouldn't have gone and hid. Like that is against everything that I've ever seen in those 3 movies for Star Wars, right? So to me, for this, I think it makes sense. But if they do a full Jedi Academy, I do think it's fair that you would need an actor to do that fully. And I think that's pretty reasonable. And I think, honestly, the fan cast for me would be Bucky. Sebastian Stan. They look alike. He's proven he's a tremendous actor. Mark Hamill's already like pimping him out. Like, hey, this is the guy. So I think long term that makes sense. But for right now, just to have like him in for 10 minutes of an episode, like I appreciate that. And again, there's a trade-off. So if it was just fan service and there wasn't a story or an arc, and it didn't connect to it, and you were just kind of bastardizing his presence, like I would be against it. But because everything I saw was so touching and moving, and then especially the scene with him and Ahsoka, like when she's like, "I'm a friend of the family," like, dude, like when she's like, "Oh, you remind me of your dad," I was like, "Oh my God!" Like Ahsoka's meeting Luke. Like, how cool is that? Like, what did they talk about? Like, what did he ask about his mom and his dad, and what did she tell him, and what did he learn, and like, he told her that Anakin redeemed himself and saved him at the end. And like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and I think that conversation happens in the Ahsoka series. I think we'll see that there. But so I think for like cameo Luke, digitize, Mark Hamill, digitize him. But long term, if there's a Jedi Academy series, then I think that's fair, if that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and Grail 640, no, it's actually artificial intelligence. It's an AI generated voice.
That's why.
Wait, what? Wait. That's not Mark Hamill doing that?
No, it's like an algorithm. It's like a deep fake, but for a voice. Yeah.
Yep. That's why it sounds decent, but you could still tell it's a little.
I thought that they modified his voice just to de-age it. I thought I thought he acted that, and then. So he didn't speak any of those lines?
No.
Oh, no, I feel different now. I feel totally different about that then.
Which is like, it's such a small thing. I love the episode so much, but I feel like with a real human, you just get that natural emotion that you saw on Luke, on Mark Hamill's face in the original trilogy.
That's
why was Mark Hamill in the credits? Because it's still his likeness. It's still, it's... It's hard to explain.
He didn't body double Luke in this episode, and he didn't voice Luke in this episode, but it's still his likeness, so they still have to give him credit. You can't just use Mark Hamill's likeness and be like,
right, and not.
But then take that a step further, and we do it to people who have passed away, and that's where I'm like, really,
I'm against. That.
In Revenge of the Sith, they had a guy who looked like Tarkin standing there in the background, and I would much prefer a real person playing Tarkin, or, call me crazy, but Leia. Personally, I just like real people, because you just see the expressions. Yes. You're never going to be able to match it. But granted, the deep fake did look much better than Mando season 2, which I believe they hired the guy from YouTube.
Yeah, they did. I saw that. But I genuinely thought he voice acted it, and they digitally like de-aged his voice. I did not know that was a computer algorithm. like I'm against that. Like it doesn't change how much I love the episode because again, I've been waiting since I was 6 to see that. But like, I'm with you. Like yeah, you got to have a real actor. And so let me ask you guys this: with Leia, like Leia has to show up at some point, and I'm really hoping we see Leia as a Jedi Padawan. Like I like show me Leia with some Force powers using a lightsaber, please. Like I've been wanting to see that again since I was 6. But they casted Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't know if you saw that, and I think she has the chops to play a Leia. Like I think she could honor Carrie Fisher and do a really good job in that role, and I would totally be down for her or an actress of her caliber to do that and give us a version of Leia. Because again, the Leia we got in the sequel trilogy was not Leia to me.
Yeah, I think. I think Leia has to show up. I almost thought we were going to see Leia in this episode.
I thought so too. That would have been too much, though. I would have passed out if we saw. Like, I just would have fallen over.
I was like, I thought like I was like, is my arm going numb? Is this the heart attack? Is it coming?
Is this how it ends?
I love seeing Luke and Ahsoka interact because it's so amazing that you have to imagine, she told Luke about all the good that Anakin did in his prime. And then he told her like, hey, at the end of everything, he became Anakin again. So I feel like that is probably going to help her character out because I'm sure she feels horrified that she knows that he's turned into this horrible person. But then at the end of his life, he was like, no, you were right. So I feel like that's probably going to help Ahsoka get like a peace of mind and know that maybe everything she did wasn't just for nothing. So I really like that idea in my head about both of them. So,
and that's another thing where it's like, you weren't expecting Ahsoka at all. So I'll move away from the Luke thing. I knew I wanted to say it's just like a philosophical, super fair point. It's just my own little personal thing. I always notice it, and it always just ever so slightly takes me out of the episode when I know.
But seeing Ahsoka with Luke and R2 was real. That's just one of my favorite Star Wars moments, man. Like I said, I've been waiting for that since I was 6 years old to see Luke train somebody. That was so cool. When he lit up the lightsaber.
Because he's walking so slow, he's like, "Come on," and he like Force pushes him forward. But let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. Cobb Vanth returns because the episode is called like Stranger Emerges from the Desert or something. So I was like, oh, Cobb Vanth is the stranger, right? Because he's at the intro and he takes out some pikes. And then that was a relatively short intro. And then it switches over to like Luke and Grogu. And this was at a point where this was like the first sensory overload thing when Luke was like, do you want to remember? And I was like, there's about to be an Order 66 Jedi Temple flashback. Here we go. And he like,
and it was the same as Anakin's dream. Like they had the same effect as Anakin's vision.
And in Grogu's eyes, you see like the reflection of all the blaster bolts shooting off. And then it's like a reverse shot and you see the 501st Trooper and you actually see Commander Appo with the arrow. I was like, if you got to like look real closely, but I was like, oh my God, like, oh, it's the first time we've had clone troopers in a live action form of media, even though they're still CG, which I'm a fan of. I'm like, keep it true.
All right.
Make it look better than Revenge of the Sith, but still, keep it true to us never having a clone trooper in live action. And just seeing the 501st, they're mowing down some Jedi and just seeing new Jedi lightsaber hilts and clones. I was like, oh my God. Like, that was so amazing.
What do you think about Barriss Offee's insignia being on the wall? Do you think that has to do with anything? Or was that just an Easter egg?
I wouldn't mind if she broke, because I'm assuming she's in prison there, maybe in the temple. So wouldn't it be a neat arc if she saved Grogu and her and Ahsoka reconnect? Because Ahsoka leaves the Order because she becomes disillusioned, but Ahsoka sees that the Jedi Order is corrupt and that they've lost their way and they're too rigid in their dogma, which then gives Anakin more pause, right? And disillusionment as well. So I wouldn't mind seeing Barriss in live action. I think that would be
Yeah.
neat. You know, Mace Windu's been floated as an option. It's been floated that Grogu force choked all those troopers, you know, and that, you know, who knows, man. I'm whatever it is, I trust in the dudes doing this. I feel that they love Star Wars, and they're giving. I trust that the story arc that they're creating.
Yeah, because this was a Dave Filoni directed this one. Last week we had Bryce Dallas Howard directing another fantastic, amazing episode. So it's like back to back. We just got 2 bangers, and yeah, I love just the sequences. I know I kind of went on a tangent about Luke, but I did love all those sequences. And you're absolutely right, dude. I don't mean to sound like one of those like sequel trilogy hater. It's so tired. It's so tiring to keep bringing that up, but you are absolutely right when I'm like, this is the Luke. This is like my Luke that like when I was a kid, I always imagined this is how Luke would be at post Return of the Jedi, like Jedi Master. Some people are upset that he is going off of like prequel trilogy Jedi philosophy as far as like attachment, which I'm like,
it's an
with.
interesting choice with the attachment thing, like because it is interesting, right? Because Yoda was warning him of attachments, and then he went in Empire to save his friends, right? So, but did he learn? Is that because he learned the lesson of the danger of attachment, seeing his dad? So but I think it's an interesting choice. Yeah.
I actually heavily disagree with that criticism, because the entire, like, this was one of my main beefs with the ST, is that they're ignoring everything that came before it. And they're ignoring all these previously established rules and lore. And they say prequel, but even in the original trilogy, we got the attachment thing. When Yoda and Luke were training in Empire, Yoda says, you must learn to let go all of what you fear to lose. He ignores that advice and tries to save his friends, and he fails miserably. Han is lost to Boba and Jabba in Frozen in Carbonite. He gets murked by Vader. He gets his hand cut off. And that's because he gave into his attachment to his friends. Which, you know, he's also the hero character, so I get it. But then in the prequels, it's like, that is the entire reason Anakin fell to the dark side. It's the entire reason was his attachment to his mother, as we see in Attack of the Clones, to Ahsoka, as we see in Clone Wars.
It was fear. Like you said it. Like Yoda said, "Let go of everything you fear to lose," and Anakin's fear, his fear of losing Padme, right? Like that. Like it was a fear-based decision.
Yeah. Hang on, what's going on here? We're not talking about things from next week, Sith Vicious. We're talking about the episode that just aired.
I think he might be talking about Blue Harvest's comments and Left Coast, but I think they're just spitting out theories.
They're just speculating. Yeah.
If there is any leaks, keep leaks out of here. We do not like leaks. Only what we have available so far.
Yeah. We can speculate. Speculation's
fun. Speculation's fun.
Yeah.
But I it was interesting because I wasn't sure which way it would go, like with him in attachment and the Jedi Order, but I didn't think it was out of character or a bad decision. I thought maybe it's what he learned and what Yoda was trying to teach him.
He has like the books and everything. I'm pretty sure the books are like on the bookshelf behind him.
Just a minor thing, I just really like Luke's he's got like a gi on now, like a black so I'm like new figure.
Well, we're 100% getting that figure with the green backpack and Grogu, right? I mean, that
I love
100% is going to be a figure we're getting.
Yeah.
Did you guys like Grogu flipping through the air, doing flips? And
I loved it. I think it only makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's supposed to be a ridiculously powerful Force user that just kind of shut himself off from the Force, like, why wouldn't he be like insanely skilled once he starts like remembering
like
his
unlocking.
training.
It's almost like
Yeah.
Cal Kestis in Jedi
Liter-
Fallen Order. He's
literally. It's
he's
so
going
fast.
through those little things where he's like unlocking he's remembering old abilities, like unlocking new abilities.
Well, Luke even says, because Ahsoka's like, you're doing a wonderful job teaching him. He goes, I don't think I'm teaching him. I think I'm just helping him to remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do see Ahsoka interact with Din because Din wants to visit his boy.
God, that's such a heartbreaking moment.
It was.
I love it though. I love that they didn't give in to what
Yes.
Yes.
I'd be so
Yes.
cute.
No, I love
it
it,
makes
but I love
sense.
what Ahsoka says. Are you doing this for you or him?
Right.
Right. And I love what Ahsoka's turned into. And again, people will argue like gray Jedi don't exist. To me, I just, and again, it's, you can have whatever headcanon you want, but to me, I consider her a gray Jedi, right? Where she's not forcing anyone to follow any path. She's sharing what she learned, and it's your decision. So here's my knowledge and what I know, but I can't make a choice for anyone else. And I love like the stoicism that Ahsoka displays in the episode.
She's like she's like a master Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah. I essentially just refer to her as like a light side Force user, much like the Inquisitors aren't Sith. The Inquisitors are just dark side assassins.
They're tapping into the dark side,
or like Ventress.
Yeah,
she's not a Sith, but
I was fighting back the tears when Mando's sitting there and he's trying to decide if he's going to go see Grogu, but she's like, if you go see Grogu, it's not going to help him train. And I'm just like sitting there in my chair. I'm like, oh God, this sucks. It's so compelling, but it sucks.
Right.
Like I'm glad that they, like you said, Justin, that they didn't just cave in and have them reunite and everything's all peachy keen. It's like, I like that there's still some difficult choices to be made, at least in regards to Mando and Grogu's relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the episode goes after. I mean, we see Luke training with the green lightsaber.
Well, he takes off.
Yeah.
Like they see Din take off. Which, by the way, I love the modified Naboo starfighter. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and
excellent.
Then, but just the training sequence and how it mirrors and parallels him training on Dagobah. But I remember Yoda saying, like, in paraphrasing, like, pass along what you've learned, right? And so he's passing along Yoda's teachings to him. And again, I've waited for that since I was 6. Like, I was just sitting there the whole time, like, just like I didn't even know what to do with myself, just smiling and choked up watching it. And it like, when you see that as a kid and you want to know what's next, and you dream about that for over 30, 35 years, and then you finally get to see it, it was awesome, man. I don't know. There's no words to describe what that was like in that moment. It's just incredible.
Yep,
it's 100%. We also saw R2D2. We saw droids building with the rocks.
Yeah,
so like an army of little crawler droids.
I like how R2 was just like, and I'm turning off. Like I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you, Mando. Brr.
Yeah.
Well, and I love the character development of Mando, where he's like, "Hello, friend," when he sees the droid, right? Like that he's evolved like that, and but it makes sense why he didn't trust droids.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Because I mean, when he was a child, he had a giant super battle droid try to attack him. I think that would scare anyone. So that would scare anyone away from droids. If I was like, I just had this like 9-foot thing try to shoot me in the face.
And it's not even Din. It's like the entire Star Wars galaxy is like prejudice against droids.
Like, no droids. They had the alarm for droids going.
And they put the restraints on them, so they can't rise up against them.
Yeah, and of course, it's revealed that that the Beskar was a chainmail shirt, which I think everyone saw that coming. That's no surprise. We saw the chainmail links in the previous episode, so
true.
Yeah,
and Yoda's lightsaber, which there have been some controversy with that because
actually I did want to talk to you about this because I did a little research, did a little reading on my own. So, but go ahead.
Well, there was this canon Dark Lord of the Sith, Vader Dark Lord of the Sith comic book by Charles Soule, which is canon. It shows the blue Togruta guy, the senator guy. I always forget his name. But he's like a new age of freedom, and he's holding up Yoda's lightsaber, and he throws it into the vat, and it shows like clone troopers emptying a vat of lightsabers into this like incinerator, and he does throw Yoda's lightsaber in there.
Yeah.
But Pablo Hidalgo has said like they just created that one as propaganda because they never originally found Yoda's lightsaber. I'm like, just explain it away.
Right.
It's Star Wars. We always do that.
Well, and I think, there's like levels to canon, and obviously like books and comics are all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
So like, if
Yoda could have made another lightsaber.
Right.
He could have reconstructed his on Dagobah, and then and my thought is if you're going to make a minor tweak to, again, comic book canon, if it fits the story and it enhances the story, which I feel that did, then I'm all for it. I'm all for, you know what I mean? Make the tweak and make the story better. And again, I think that's and it goes back to those old samurai films where they'd show a sword and a kid's toy, and they make the kid choose. So I think that's an interesting concept, and that's something that Anakin never got. And maybe that's what Luke learned, was Anakin never felt he had a choice. He had to hide Padme. So what choice would Anakin have made if it was presented him to that way? And maybe if he just would have chosen Padme because that's where his heart was, all that would have been avoided.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
But we do go back to Tatooine, and we actually see Boba.
We got a Boba.
See Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett, which, for the record, I know some people are debating in the chat. I don't care. It's all Star Wars.
I have no issues.
And if they want to randomly interject other stories, I'm like.
But part of why this is, and I read about it, is Mando season 3 was supposed to come out at Christmas, and Pablo is filming multiple movies. Like one of them's The Last of Us, and there was like a contract dispute with him and Disney. And so what it was, you were supposed to have Mando and then Book of Boba Fett after, and they were supposed to kind of tie in like this. So they altered it because otherwise the Book of Boba Fett, it would have been disjointed, because Mando would have come in at the end like this. So what I read was Book of Boba Fett would only been 5 or 6 episodes, but because they added it in, that's why we're at 7. So it's one of those where I logically now I understand why it is that way. But at the same time, with the storytelling, I have no problem going off and spending an episode with Luke Skywalker. I don't care what it is. Like, I have no problem at all.
As a good friend of the channel, Brandon, put it, they could have called it Book of Salacious Crumb, and I wouldn't care. They could call the show whatever they want. I think too many people are just kind of stuck on the title of the show. If it was any other like form of media, yeah, sure, but it's Star Wars. I just want good Star Wars content.
And I think it's very obvious that all of these shows are big. It's big picture. So they're taking the MCU formula, but instead of doing movies for Star Wars, they're doing shows.
Right.
So it's
I love it.
You get the offshoots, but everything's starting to intertwine, and we're getting payoff from Rebels, Clone Wars, like stuff that's everything. Like 10, 15 years in the making. We're getting payoff now. So it's like, I get that you want to see Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett show, but from a story standpoint and as far as like the expansion of the world goes, like I am all in for this.
All in, dude. And even before these 2 episodes, because I do think the last 2 episodes have been amazing, right? But even before that, I love the Book of Boba Fett show. I love his arc. Yeah. I love the metaphorical rebirth when he punches out of the sand and he's stripped of his armor and he's, naked just in his white suit. And then part of Boba Fett is he's always been in the gravity of his father. He's just, because his father's a bounty hunter. And then if you watch, Clone Wars Rebels, you see him as a child being taken in by bounty hunters. And so it was almost like it's a metaphor because he never had a choice, right? So him getting rebirth, losing his armor, and then he becomes part of a tribe. So when the Tuskens robe him and he comes out of that tent, like that's his metaphorical true rebirth. And now he's on a path. And I love that story because I think a lot of people thought we were going to get the bounty of the week and he's just going to kill people every week and I think this is so much more satisfying than that. And I think this final episode is going to pay off I trust Filoni Favreau. I think this final episode is going to pay everything off and tie it in together, and it's going to set up Ahsoka and Mando. And I very, very much looking forward to this week.
Yep. And Yeah, I like Dawn. Please don't read Lord of the Rings then. In Two Towers, you don't see Frodo, Sam, and Gollum for the first 200 pages. Right. And yeah, I
A
think
good point.
100%. Here's what's going to happen. Mando season 3 is going to be them taking back Mandalore. Boba is going to be a part of it. Mando is going to be there. Obviously, Armorer is teasing that Boba Fett is going to be the new leader of the Mandalorians, whether it's on Mandalore or whether it's on Tatooine. Who knows at this point? But I think, Boba is still going to be heavy in Mando season 3 because I have to imagine
100%.
it's all going to be about them going to Mandalore, seeing what's going on. I would assume they're probably, since Mandalore is a glassed planet, I would assume they're going to be like, well, we can't really do anything here. They're probably going to go back to Tatooine and then
go to the moon.
Yeah, or go to the moon.
Concordia, right? Is that the new?
Concordia. Yeah. Well, if Concordia is still there, we don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, they've got options as to where Mandalore can be and where the Mandalorians are all going to live together, after this point. I think that's what's Mando season 3 is going to be about. So
and you see Bo-Katan, like who claims the right to Mandalore, right? But to me, what's interesting is the Armorer, I think, is a disciple of Death Watch and Maul because of the horns.
I very much am a subscriber of the belief that she is Rook cast. I definitely think because she was like, the other huge main character, Maldalorian.
Yeah.
So I could totally see, after everything went down with Maul, she kind of broke off to go. She started her own little thing on Concordia, which is where Death Watch was. So it's like it kind of adds up that maybe she is actually going to be Rook cast, and that.
Now, what if she becomes like a villain because you have the different sects of man, like you have the hardcore them, like you can't remove your helmet. Then you have Bo-Katan, and then you have Boba Fett, right? So you have different versions of Mandalore, and then I think that ultimately she could be, which I think would be very interesting storytelling. But I love the scene in episode 5 when she's training Din with the Darksaber. Yeah. I thought that was fantastic.
Like I said this last week, I 100% in the previous episode was getting like some villainous vibes from the Armorer. Like maybe she might have a little bit of an ulterior motive. Justin, we're talking about the possibility of the Armorer being Rook cast. And I know HoloNet says Rook has removed her helmet before, but obviously she could have just started from scratch and been like, no,
this is go back to the old way.
Well, but maybe she went to the baths, like she told him. Maybe she did that journey herself before the night of a 1,000 tears or whatever. Yeah,
right.
And then once she did that, then she never removed it.
Because Din was rescued by a gang of Death Watch grunt soldiers. Like those were Death Watch. They had the Death Watch logo. So there must have been some sort of transition where a splinter of Death Watch just became more like pagan, pagan zealot.
Absolutely.
Did we mention the super chat here?
No, we haven't. Thank you, Jeff W., for the $10 super chat. He says, Nate is right on the MCU formula being applied to Star Wars. And like a real book, there are chapters that deal with other characters, main characters, not in every chapter of most novels and fiction. Boom. There you go. Thank you for the super chat, Jeff.
Yes.
That's a great point, man. And here's the thing. If it was disjointed and it was just thrown in and it wasn't tying in an arc and it wasn't well written, but like it ties it in and it's so well written and compelling. And again, like at the end of the episode, I'm like, I need to watch this again. I've watched every episode of Boba Fett 3 times.
Nice.
And I watched episode 6 4 times already. And I might watch it again tonight. Like just that episode again, I've waited over 30 years for that, man. And it paid off. It was so good.
Yeah.
So can we talk about though the money shot? Well, first of all, when he goes to see Cobb Vanth, and I love when he said, he's like, how have you been, or how's life since you've lost your armor? He's like, oh, I'm just being a lot more careful. But I love Cobb Vanth's line is those, looks like we both lost something we were fond of. Like, I thought that was such and Timothy Oliphant in the Western is just nails.
Yes.
I'm a huge Deadwood fan of him and but like in the opening where he's like, I'm the sheriff. And I was like, there's total Deadwood vibes. And I didn't know this, but the bartender I forget his name, the bartender in
Weequay?
Freetown. The Weequay is the bartender from Deadwood.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
I found if you guys, Screen Crush is like my favorite big, their million subscriber channel. I love that channel. But it was one of the Easter eggs. He revealed that it's the same bartender from Deadwood, which I thought was
awesome.
super cool. Yeah.
That's really cool for fans of that show. But yeah. So
before Cobb and everything, I just want to say our boy Max Rebo, #Rebo lives.
He does. He
had a night off.
He's not.
He wasn't
in
shown
that shot. He is not in that shot.
He's not.
Listen, I have to believe somehow Jennifer Beals survived. Like she has some kind of shield generating thing that, you can't give me Jennifer Beals and then take her away. Like you can't do that to me, man. She's an all timer.
I'm imagining Figrin Dan played a sweet riff on his guitar and it just shielded him from the explosion.
Yes.
So he was just riffing like the old Kiss movie and had powers coming out of his guitar.
It was like he was like Sonic. Yeah, he sonically protected himself and the
Astromech drummer.
Yeah. And the Astromech drummer, because I love that little guy.
I'll take that figure with the drum set, by the way. Like give me Figrin Dan, Max Rebo, and the Astromech drummer, please. And give me the Jennifer Beals Twilight with it. I forget her name now.
Right. Yeah, Paige says Deadwood is so good. Watched it with my dad back when that was still airing. Nice. I've always been curious about Deadwood. I've just never gotten around to it.
Oh, dude, I can't recommend it enough. It is such a good show. Yeah, and it's one of those shows when you start, you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to go to bed. It's 1 a.m. Like, yeah.
Nice Fig. Good Tenacious D reference there. The pick of destiny. But then Mando, is asking Cobb for a favor, and Cobb's kind of like, I don't really want to get involved in this, blah, blah, blah. Also, I think we need some new armor for Cobb too.
He's got to have something.
Just the red shirt was a little plain Jane. I'm like, I hope he gets, obviously not something. Not Beskar, but maybe like a nice Durasteel costume, something like that.
Maybe he could take some old clone armor and paint it up, or like maybe the Jawas can get him some kind of armor like that, and he could paint it up like with Freetown symbol or something on it. That would be cool. So,
oh man, and then the thing that I have been asking for since Mando season 1.
I know.
Just when you thought the episode's over. Oh my God, Luke, Grogu, everyone.
Back all the way in Mandalorian season 1, when we first saw those footsteps walking up to Fennec Shand, my first prediction was Cad Bane. I was like, this is Cad Bane right now. Obviously, it turned out to be Boba Fett, but hey, we got Cad Bane. Oh my God.
But the slow entrance of him, like you hear like the wind chime, right? You hear that, and then you just see him walking slowly with like blurred, the desert vision.
And the so classic,
good. You see the silhouette.
The classic like Western vibes where Cobb is he's like, wait a minute. He kind of like feels a presence.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he's like, hey Joe, why don't you get everyone inside here? And I'm just like, oh shit. And then it cuts to the thing, and I was like, they're not doing Cad Bane right now. And then he's getting closer and closer, and I was like, it's not him.
Yeah,
but I love how slowly it was like menacingly slow. Like he gives zero bleeps. Like he was not in a hurry. Mm-hmm. It was so intimidating the way he walked up, and then just his voice. Oh, so good. Yeah. And by the way, the deputy, I was so glad when he got shot. I was like, totally like, you're out.
Yeah.
The first shot of the stranger in the distance, I remember saying to myself, like, I have no idea who that could be. The first shot. Right. But then it was the second shot where you get the more defined silhouette. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. And there's a lot of controversy going on right now. I think Cad looked amazing because
I thought he looked amazing.
Spoiler alert, 3D Clone Wars is an extremely exaggerated art style. Have you ever seen my boy Count Dooku?
Christopher Lee in real life had a 25-inch long face.
Have you seen
with the
Count
his beard was
Dooku?
a perfect point.
Yeah, I honestly, okay,
Thanks, Bodie.
Thank you, Bodie. I do agree with Jonathan Anderson. I will say I think his fingers do look a little strange, but again, it's just the translation of turning an alien into a live action thing. There's going to be some things that look a little different. There's going to be some things that might look a little off or maybe look a little costumey.
Yeah.
So,
and again, like, okay, look at my boy. Okay, this is a human being. Okay,
right. Well, listen. Now
Lee.
I'm mad that he doesn't look like that in the movies.
Right. So, and that's
well, guys, it's like what I said at the beginning. You can focus on the 95 to 98% that's great, or you could nitpick 2% that's just. I thought he looked amazing, and what I was most impressed about was his teeth and the movement of his lips with the voice acting. I thought that was
mouth
incredible.
of Sauron.
When he lifted up his hat and the brim came up and you saw the eyes and the eye, oh my God, dude, I was floored.
Yes.
Floored. I had no other thought than like, thank you for this. Like, this is just an amazing way to end an episode.
Yeah.
But what it, like, after everything we got, then you give us Cad Bane on top of that? Like,
right.
What's going on? Like,
and like, and like, yeah, he's not as blue, but I also feel like that could be written off not only the animation style of Clone Wars and how that's an extremely exaggerated animation style, and you know he's older as well. We don't know how Duros ages, and we also there is a Legends lifespan of a Duros, but in canon there is no like we don't know exactly the lifespan of a Duros.
Right.
So. I mean, it could be he's getting old. It could be he's in the desert. I don't know. And I also don't care because I thought he looked incredible. I thought the voice was great. I thought I was getting Lord of the Rings vibes throughout this episode. Not only chainmail shirt for Grogu, but Cad Bane's mouth. I was getting heavy mouth of Sauron vibes in that like extended cut scene where it's the profound, sharp teeth mouth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the voice and everything. I loved the classic Western shootout. He takes out not only the deputy, but Cobb gets a shot in the shoulder.
Right in the shoulder though. So he's gonna be good. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Cad Bane intentionally did not kill Cobb Vanth. Cad Bane
he could have.
If he wanted to kill Cobb would be dead. So I think he's leaving Cobb alive as a showing everyone in Freetown, like, hey, this is what happens. I came in here and I just murdered your deputy and I let your sheriff off with a warning, but I still shot him in the shoulder.
It was kind of like a gift. Like I let him live.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? The deputy caused, like, I don't know that Cad Bane would have shot if the deputy wasn't such an idiot, like moving towards him with the shaky hand. So honestly, the deputy got what he deserved. I mean, if he would have listened to Cobb Vanth and just gone inside, I think they would have talked and Cad Bane probably would have left.
Also, Cad Bane, like, he's such a scumbag. Like, what? What room does he have to talk about being a cold-blooded killer when he's the one, like, assassinating, like, Coruscant Senate guards when he, like, throws in the grenade and tips the hat? I'm like, you're a cold-blooded killer.
It's all about manipulation of information, right? Because they don't know who Boba Fett is, and Boba Fett did technically work for the Empire, right? And he was a cold-blooded killer. But I think in that moment, he's trying to place doubt in Cobb Vanth's mind of like, are you really going to align with somebody who was contracted by the Empire and worked for the Empire?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so I think that was just to place a seed of doubt in his mind. Because I don't think he came there to kill him. I think he came there to warn him, but was prepared to take action if he needed to.
Yep.
But Cad Bane is like he's not a good dude.
And Bodie, absolutely. Cad and Fennec round 2. They've got unfinished business from Bad
Boba.
Batch.
Like he's gonna get a ding on the other side he's gonna have a ding on both sides of his helmet because of Cad now.
Yeah.
Like, so what do you guys think? Who is the final showdown with Cad? Does he take on Mando, Fennec, Boba? Or is it like a team against team? Maybe Cad has another team of bounty hunters, kind of like
I think
Boba
it's going to
now
be like
has
a
Din, Black
Geonosian.
Chrysanthemum.
I think it's going to be like a Geonosian arena brawl where it's like Boba has his team and then the Pikes have their team, and it's just going to be chaos. And then there's going to be a Rancor, and who knows if maybe somebody else shows up that we don't even know about yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could 100% see Cad having his own little crew to go up against Boba's crew. Maybe we'll see some more fan
Do you see
favorite.
Dengar? Does Dengar go with Cad?
We could see Dengar, Embo. No Aura Singh, though. No Aura Singh, unfortunately.
Yeah, that kind of, I wouldn't mind if they retconned that and brought her back. Like
right. But that wasn't a movie, so it's like, why'd they have to say
she died
that
in a movie?
Well, in Solo, what's his face? Woody Harrelson said, Beckett says
Tobias.
he says he killed Aura Singh.
But maybe Beckett's a blowhard.
Well, yeah, true. He could just
like because she could say
out of his ass.
The rumors of my demise have been grossly exaggerated or something like that. Like maybe he left her for dead and she wasn't dead.
Yeah.
I'd have no problem if they did that.
Right. Or Bosk could be part of Cad's crew, perhaps. But
no,
Bosk would be with Bosk is allied with Boba though.
Well,
yeah, Bosk
as far as we know.
But he's a bounty hunter, so he's loyal to money. So maybe like what Cad said, whatever Boba's paying you, will double it. So, maybe he offered an insane amount of money to Bosk, and Bosk couldn't say no. Who knows?
What about
literally
Bosk and Boba?
After this episode, it has been like concrete.
You literally don't know what to expect. Like, literally, there's no.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying is like after this episode, nothing is off the table for me now. Right. Absolutely nothing is
Ahsoka could show up. Luke could show up. I mean, like anything could happen. And so I'm going to share with you guys something my mother said to me, for years is don't plan your joys. Right. So I'm not going to plan out what it's fun to theorize, but I'm not going to be like, oh, this has got to happen. And I'm just going in clean slate and whatever they give us, I'm just going to be grateful for. So that's my advice to everyone. Don't plan your joys with it. Just be open to the experience and whatever happens, I think we're going to enjoy the last episode tremendously.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Imperial Remnant / First Order shows up. Like literally there's the way the show is like structured. You just have no idea what to expect. Even when it was the Boba Fett story of the first few episodes, I left every episode not knowing. I'm like, I just don't know where this is going to go. Every week has been some sort of surprise for me.
But it's a good surprise.
It's a good surprise.
And if Max Rebo is the ultimate mastermind behind it, then so be it.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
But Zach said Beckett pushed her. The fall killed her. So I mean, I guess or could still be alive and kicking. But then again,
I see a good character. You hate to hear of the demise of a really good character just happen in a throwaway line. Right. You know what I mean? Like, but if it is, and that's okay. There's plenty of other great characters we're going to see.
What if Hondo shows up?
I'm down.
I'm down for that. I'm down if Han Solo shows up somehow. I'm down for. I was not expecting Luke Skywalker or Cad Bane in this episode. So like I already feel like full. Like so, whatever else happens, great. Like I'm already fulfilled.
It's a tasty bonus. Cad Bane was something that I did not ever think we would see in live action. So that was like
that was a treat. That was just like
one of the all-time greatest Star Wars moments, hands down of all time already. Just the Cobb Vanth. I was like, oh, chills.
I know. Yeah.
I was like, Cobb, dude, I love you, buddy, but you are screwed.
Dude, but I love when he just looks up and the brim comes up and the face and the eyes. And again, the way they did his teeth and mouth when he talked, it was menacing, man. It was just, it was beautifully done.
Yeah. What about the small hat, guys? Cad Bane's hat's too small.
Yeah, I mean, he
gotta-
did have a little bit of a smaller hat in Bad Batch.
But I just love the complainers because there's so little to complain about. They've
Right.
resorted to nitpicking about the size of Cad Bane's hat.
Yeah.
That's
It
how
reminds me of
course.
comic book guy from The Simpsons.
right. Actually, his hat should have been a lot bigger. Even though
Worst
he has
episode ever.
he has different hats in Clone Wars. He has different hat in Bad Batch.
I mean, I have a few different hats. Like, I don't just wear this hat. You know?
He has
Right.
different hats in the Clone Wars because he like kills that other bounty hunter to take
Right.
his hat.
he takes his hat. Yeah.
And he was wearing a different hat at the time. It's like,
Oh, by the way,
it's fine.
give me Kenobi in the bounty hunter armor with the removable helmet, please, as a Black Series figure. I will take that now.
Or the
please.
or the Mandalorian look.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I love Clone Wars and Rebels. I absolutely love those shows, man. It's some of the
Yeah.
best storytelling in all of Star Wars. And I think I tell people, if you've never seen Clone Wars, the first 2 seasons for me were a little slow and it really picked up. But if you just watch what I call the Mandalore arc in Clone Wars, just anything involving Mandalore, that is arguably, after the original trilogy, the best storytelling in Star Wars. I
We're
love
getting
the
some
Mandalore arc.
Rothgar dang spam in the chat here. What's going
No,
on?
no Rothgar Dang. At this point in the series, he's not Rothgar Dang. He's still Dengar. He's still Dengar to me. Damn it.
Absolutely.
No, but you're absolutely right, dude. I recently had I have a coworker who's into Star Wars, wanted to start watching Clone Wars, and I literally told him exactly that. I was like, hey, season 1 and 2 a little slow, because I was in that same boat too. Like, I could not get past season 1 and 2 of Clone Wars for the longest time. But then I skipped to season 3, watched all of it, seasons 3 to 5 at the time, and then went back, watched season 1 and 2, ended up loving it because I, got into the rhythm, got into the
layered. It's
appreciation.
layered. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, I understand why people criticize it, but I also understand, Justin, you're the kind of person that's like, you absolutely should not skip season 1 and 2.
See, this is infidels. This is infidel talk. All 7 I enjoy all 7 seasons.
But-
I even enjoy SIBO and the Blue Shadow Virus.
I enjoy them now. But also the best part about Clone Wars is if you watch the show as they aired it, it's not in chronological order anyway.
Right.
That is true.
So you could just
Right.
the show jumps around on you anyway. So why not just jump around yourself?
Yeah. I just
Yep.
I love the earlier seasons as well. I'm also nostalgic for it because I watched it as it aired. For those
Yeah, I did too. I watched it on the CW. Yeah, I totally did. And I
like
did.
the
And I'm not
snow
saying
clone, like snow clone Rex. Oof, we need that figure of the snowy clones.
Yep.
But
and I'm not. I would never
Hey,
say
Linda.
skip it, but I
Hey,
warn
Linda.
people that like the first 2 seasons are slower, and just like don't give up on the show after the first 2 seasons.
yeah,
Because even within those first 2 seasons, there's some incredible episodes. For
Mhm.
me, Padme is watching paint dry on screen, even in the movies and in like anything that was like an arc with her was just super boring to me. But so when we got those episodes, I was like, I kind of like slogged through them. But there's some great stuff in the first 2 seasons. So don't give up on it if you feel it's a little, it does pick up. But I think you would miss out on things that were layered in the first 2 seasons if you just started in season 3, because it all
Right.
builds upon each other.
Right. Yeah, and hey, in season 2, there's some great Cad Bane episodes too. So
Mhm.
it's a
Blue
we need-
Harvest. Yeah, we need another clone figure. No, Rick, no. I mean, Blue Harvest. We absolutely yes, more clones.
more clones.
More,
I love clone
more
figures.
repaints, which you would disagree with more repaints until it's Kenner. Then I buy it because it's Kenner.
Oh no, Justin, don't do this again. Don't do this again.
No.
We
The
love
Kenner crowd.
our Kenner crowd, but you got to admit, when the Kenner figures come around, the repaint complaints suddenly disappear.
Kenner.
vinyl cape.
Oh, and someone says a Quinlan Voss. Yes, give me a Quinlan Voss figure.
All in fun, everyone. All in fun. We're just joshing.
No fun. We're 3 hours and 50 minutes in here. We can get crazy.
Yeah, we could say whatever we want. We could get up on our chairs and swing around. And I don't know.
Flip all your TVC figures off the wall and rip open the cards, the bubbles.
This is my Newt Gunray here with this obnoxious blaster. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get crazy? You want to get nuts?
You want to get nuts? Come on.
Shit.
Let's get nuts.
You want to get nuts?
Damn, that thing shoots so far. I don't really have any more fun stuff around.
Dude does not look impressed.
I'm just laughing.
Dude is not impressed.
All right. So this is officially our longest stream ever. So thank you very much, dude, for being a part of our longest stream.
I'm sore.
Yeah. So I think obviously this is a great discussion and we can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, but it's been 4 hours. I'm sure we're all hungry. I'm sure we want to get back on the lazy Sunday train of just having a nice relaxing evening. So
with that in mind, Emil are calling me.
With that in mind, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So
thank you guys for having me, man. This was an awesome Sunday afternoon, just nerding out with you guys. I really appreciate it.
Pants. They're shorts.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much.
Sunday shorts.
It's always a great time having you on. These conversations always go way longer than expected when dude's around, but it's so great to talk to you. We love having you on as well. So
thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. It was awesome, man. Awesome Sunday. Thank you guys. I always love hanging out with you too.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So link in the description for Dude. We love Dude.
Yep. Subscribe to Dude. Show him some love. Dude, do you have any videos you're working on coming out this week you want to share with the people? Let them know what's going on in the realm of the nerdery.
In the realm of the nerdery. So I think I'll do like a recap review now that I fought the Diorama and won, came out victorious. So I'll probably do that. And then I have like a bunch of stuff to open. So I might just, I don't know. I'll probably have a few things this week. I haven't figured it out yet, but I haven't figured it out, so I need to figure it out. But yeah, it's probably a few things coming up, but definitely the Diorama. I'll do a recap, and then I got a bunch of stuff to open. So sometimes when I have a bunch of stuff to open, I'll just do like a live stream where I'm gonna unbox like 10 figures and just nerd out all at once. So
nice. I love those videos when you're just nerding out. I loved your last pickup video with the $1,000 haul, and the whole time I was like, how's this going to reach $1,000? And then the PS5 came out and I was like, oh, because like you were unboxing Marvel Legends and I was like, okay, that's like a $20-ish. I was like,
right.
I'm like sitting there with my,
he's going to have to open 40 figures.
I'm sitting there with my calculator. I'm like, the length of this video versus the figures that he's showing. I'm like,
right. Is there going to be a montage at some point? Is there going to be a montage of figures? No, that, right. And then the funniest part was while I'm filming it, I totally got busted because an Amazon package got dropped off. That really happened in the video.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But so as far as we've got this week, Jeddah Patrol Stormtrooper review finally going up tomorrow. I mean, if you have a 2020 Stormtrooper, this figure's amazing, but please watch my review anyway.
Yeah.
Please just watch it anyway. And as you can see, I've already resorted to not displaying him with the backpack and just having him with the pauldron on. So
he still looks great.
Yeah, this is probably the way I'm going to leave him on the shelf, just as like a more of a commander type. The backpack's cool. It's fine. It's
a cool accessory.
Yeah, but like I was more so just looking to get a Stormtrooper with a pauldron. So
yeah,
that review is going to go up tomorrow. Justin, do you have any videos in the pipe, brother?
None for me, unless we do like a small topic or something on Wednesday, because we'll actually be filming Figure It Out on Wednesday, so we can cover Hasbro Pulse's Fan First Wednesday for Star Wars. So yeah, we'll be covering Fan First Wednesday for Figure It Out. So look forward to that as well.
Mhm.
Check out the stream on Wednesday because there might be some cool stuff revealed. I guarantee Wave 32 will go up for pre-order with Omega Tech or Echo, excuse me, the client, Ahsoka, Death Watch Mando, and all that. So yeah, we'll have the figure review out. I might do another small topic video if we can think of something interesting, and then we'll be.
Actually, you know what I've been wanting to do, and I've been looking at this. I might do a Revan versus Darth Revan. Just open that on.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I've been looking for a reason to open this thing up.
Oh yeah,
Such a beautiful figure.
Revan's awesome. Love that Revan. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. We certainly appreciate it. I think we had like 150 plus people for a good portion of the stream. So that is amazing. Thank you so much. If you are unaware, we do have a channel membership as well, 99 cents a month. You get some cool emojis. You help support the channel. You get a Clone Trooper name badge. Emoji spam before we leave chat, please. Link in the description for that. You should also subscribe to Dude's Nerdery. Great, excellent channel. Love watching Dude's content all the time. Yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time here with us, of course, like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Like if you like bacon.
Yeah, exactly. We love bacon, and we do not discriminate against bacon here. All bacon is good. I'll say
all types.
Turkey bacon, regular bacon,
smoked bacon, fried bacon.
Exactly. Baked bacon. It's all good. It's all
grilled
good.
Bacon. Yes.
So, yeah, as far as next week goes, I don't think we have a guest lined up for our
we'll
stream.
have to see what's up.
So
I asked one person, but they haven't replied yet.
Okay, so we might have a guest next week, or we might be kicking it old school, just me and Justin. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Nice.
Who knows?
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Make good choices. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, and we will see you on the next stream.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Don't make fun of my white legs. Don't make fun of my white legs on the next stream.
We're all pasty.
Someone tell Salacious legs got out.
Yeah, we gotta. I do it all. I don't care. A little bit of Geek Strong.
Oh yeah.
We'll get a screenshot from that.
Where's Dino?
Dino.
He's working.